I'm starting now.
Why we stopped shaving?
Who cares, Going live. All right. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. Hi. Good night, also. You could be anywhere in the world. We have viewers from all over the world. You see, friends. We have viewers all over the world. The world recognizes us as great. Welcome to the show. Really appreciate you guys as human beings and whatever mammals you may be. Shashwat Roy says, "अरे अरे पता है जी पता है खाली बैठे थे सोचा चलो थोड़ी बकचोदी करे आज बकचोदी and one of the persons is that only." श्रेयस जहागिरदर से सॉरी टकलिया ब्रो 12 बजे में टिस के लाइव को जा रहा हूँ चले जाओ यार टिस के लाइव के लिए कोई टेंशन नहीं है सब एक ही सर्किट है क्या बस अब जाने से पहले एक यहाँ पर 3-4 सुपर चैट देके जाना बस नवनीत सिंह says congratulations on India's winning draw. That makes sense. Anish Mathis is just here for 1 hour before this podcast starts at 12. Wow, man, a lot of you are just betraying my faith and trust that I had in you guys. That's all good, man. Ashwath Raja says, my first question/request to you, Sorab, and anyone else would like to comment on this. Your reactions on India saving the match yesterday or losing it after the first session of play. Dude, you had to put something terrible into the back end, no? By saying that did we lose it in the second half? I thought, dude, I've been seeing cricket since I think 1991, and yesterday was one of the most extraordinary days of cricket I've seen India play ever. Because given the circumstances, given the background, given the fact that there's like 4 injured players in one side, and then now we found out that Bumrah is also injured, so 5 players, half the side is injured. They are about to lose, and then they landed up drawing, and also that whole Rishabh Pant's knock. I missed him batting live, and then I saw the highlights of it, and like only a 23-year-old could do that, or 22, whatever his age is. Like he reminded me fully of like Gilchrist kind of batting. It was beautiful, dude, and that's one of the reasons why I'm a massive, massive fan of Rishabh Pant. I still think Saha is the better keeper, but yeah, I am massive fan. I have a feeling that in the last test that Saha might play as the keeper and Pant might play as the batsman. Given the fact that we have 9 players left, like, literally reaching a point where 9 players are left. Mayank is also injured. Mayank was he in contention also? I'm not sure after the last 2 tests. Um, Mercy says you should have 1 million subs considering the shows you do. Yeah, I should also have I should also not be paying EMI, because yeah, just there are many ifs and buts. Subscribe, man. Subscribe to the show channel, whatever this is called. Let me introduce the show in case you're watching for the first time, which I sincerely doubt. The show is called Wake Up with Sorabh. I call on people who are guests of mine, mostly comedians, as well as others like experts and stuff like that. A couple of days back, we had Anand Krishnan, who is one of India's few China experts who was sort of operating out of China. One of my favorite episodes. I really enjoyed it. Neville Shah also showed up and asked some very fun questions. I'm putting the link for the Anand Krishnan episode in the chat. Go ahead and watch it if you haven't. It was a really, really fun episode, very insightful. And Neville Shah more than redeemed himself for asking dumb questions to Ramchandra Guha. So go ahead and watch that. And yeah, the show is Wake Up with Saurabh. I call on my friends, I talk to them, and then we take a lot of super chat and questions that you guys have of whatever it may be in the world. So yeah, I'll just say a couple of more things to say is that after you guys repeatedly asking me that audio version क्यों नहीं बनाया तुमने, I have decided that I will do it myself. So I have created the podcast version of the show, and the link is right there in the super chat, in the chats right there. So go ahead and subscribe. Currently, I've uploaded 2 episodes, but because I'm doing all of this myself, I will upload this current episode that we're doing as well as the Anand Krishnan episode today itself. So go there and subscribe. I'm trying to make sure that that I'll get all of them up. So go ahead and do that. And please subscribe to that. Yeah, make it worth my time, because if you guys are like telling me on one and kidhar hai podcast version and then 16 people are listening, it really makes me feel like I don't need to do this. So if you actually want the podcast version, then go out there and subscribe to it. Otherwise, point kya hai? Point kya hai meri life ka? And final, most exciting thing in my life is I'm finally doing live shows, very, very contained live shows that are happening. There's a lot of material that I wanted to test out. So the first 3 shows are happening in Pune. That is correct. The city of Poons is where the first 3 shows are happening. First 2 shows are going to be at this place called Cube, QUBE, and the next 2 shows are going to be in the outside part of Spade in Pune. So just go ahead and buy the tickets. The tickets are on Book My Show. I'm going to put the link for that as well on the chat. 22nd, 23rd, 24th, I'm going to be there. Very, very small shows, very restricted space. So guys, get the tickets now because I have a feeling that they're going to get sold out pretty soon. Okay, that's about it. Are, don't do it, says Shreyas Dhamdere. The shows are very, very small, by the way. It's like 10, 15 people. Ranjiv Grewal has given his first super chat of today saying it's Anand, Anant, not Anand. Did I say Anand? I said Anant. Okay, so there you go. Cool. Let's bring on my guests for today, ladies and gentlemen. 2 of them are making their debut for first time in life. One of them has come before. So let me introduce the person who's been here before. He's a comedian of note. He was in Comicstan, finished some number. We'll ask him what number it was. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Raunaq Rajani. Raunaq, bring yourself. Switch on your video. Show your face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This is why I like talking to you, Raunaq. It's always these vibes of a yeah.
Vibes. All vibes. That's right.
Yeah, brother.
That's right. We ballin'. Yeah.
We are balling today.
Yeah.
We're batting also.
We are killing it, buddies.
We are just. What a start. What a start, brother.
Yeah.
Okay, we've done it.
Come on. Yeah.
We're bowling, we're batting. Hi, Raunaq.
Batting and wicket keeping. How's it going, my man?
I'm good, man. Let me introduce my second guest for today. She's never come on the show before. Founder of Comedy Ladder and Come for Come Comedy, and has her own YouTube channel, comedian. Jeeya Sethi. Jeeya, bring your face.
Yeah.
Come on. We are doing it.
Whoa.
Happy birthday, Raunaq.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Raunaq.
Thank you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, guys.
Guys, everybody, please wish Raunaq his birthday. It's happy birthday to Raunaq. Raunaq is turning. How old are you turning, Raunaq?
It's my 42nd. It's my 42nd.
That's so. Right. I mean, you look so youth. You look so youth, man. You know.
Yeah, that's right. I maintain myself.
All right, and I'll bring on my last guest, and then we can just take this forward. He's been struggling to log in for some reason. First Zoom show, first time he's done Zoom in the lockdown. Ladies and gentlemen, ex founder of East India Comedy. What is this show? What is this channel? What is it? All India Comedy. All India Bakchod. Here is Ashish Shakya. Hi, Ashish Shakya.
Actually, you got it wrong, Sorabh. I am from SNG Comedy. Please, Sorabh. Hey, happy birthday, Raunaq. Is it actually your birthday or are you fucking around?
Yeah.
Is that your birthday?
Hey, man.
I don't know.
It says 42 on my face.
Oh, yeah.
I invited you guys to my birthday also. I told you guys on chat that I have no other plans but talking to you guys today.
Listen, as you can tell from my everything about me, that morning is not my thing. So I have missed all of this chat and all. Sort of very nice. Ashish is having some tech issues. Yeah, his tech issue is that his brain is not waking up.
Listen, look at these eyes. You think I'm awake? I have not slept, and I've just like this show is just like torture for everyone involved. Aren't
you used to like being awake all the time? Because you have kids and stuff, like, aren't you don't they, aren't kids morning people by default? Like, I don't know.
Kids are all-time people. Like, like, dude, they're just like, okay, I had to put my kids to bed yesterday, and it was just, it took 1 hour, and after a point, I'm like, should I just slap them? Like, that thought goes through your head so often as a parent. But you're like, just slap them, come on, do it, nobody's looking. And then you're like, no, control yourself.
But 20 years later, they will become comedians and be like, huh?
I want to know what is the thing that gets in the way? Like, if you
why are you not slapping them?
No.
I mean,
I was not talking about that. I was talking about like what's taking them 1 hour to fall asleep? Like, Like kids usually just fall asleep, right?
Okay. Ronak, now that you're getting into this, okay?
No?
Okay, now that you're getting into
Raunak
this.
acts. Raunak, you
Yeah.
are giving away the fact that you're not 42.
Yeah. Listen, by the way,
Dude.
yesterday I was coordinating with I think somebody who's like, hey, are you free at 5:30 for something? And I said, dude, that's the time I take my kids down for a walk. And this person was stunned with this some bit of information. Like they were like, walk at 5:30, kids? I'm like, yeah, that's a very normal thing to do as a parent. And I took 10 minutes to explain that kids are required to be outside part. Yeah.
Sometimes I
can
go for a walk with my
exhaust
kids
the-
and just leave them.
Oh my god. Oh, that's
You make
that's
your
a
kids
nightmare.
run around so they get exhausted. So when they come home, they can sleep.
I do that
Yeah,
with my
that's a good
dog.
point. Yeah, they're literally, effectively, who can speak, yeah. And they know where to shit, that's it. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
Those are only two differences. They can talk and they know where to shit. That is it. And very few dogs can do online Zoom classes. Very few dogs.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. I tried to teach mine. He kept opening the other tab and watching your old DIC videos.
He used to look at Sahil and go like, this guy reminds me of myself. But how are you guys doing, guys? Is everybody good? Jeeya, are you feeling well in life? I like your setup, which makes it appear like you're in Australia during nighttime. Very,
Yeah.
very interesting.
Thanks, man. I put in a lot of effort in making it look like I'm not in Mumbai.
Who are you
Yeah.
catfishing?
Yeah, who are you catfishing, Jeeya? Who are you trying to get into your web and take their money or whatever it is?
Whoever will give me the money, I'll take it.
Dude, and at this point, the catfishing industry must be doing well because all of these apps now have travel mode. Sorabh, you will not know this. Raunak, you're married, you will not know this. But they have travel mode now. So since the pandemic started, people have been like, fuck it. So people in New York are swiping in Bombay. Bombay mein Amsterdam बैठ के swipe कर रहा है. Anything is happening. It's a feature. Yeah, you can swipe anywhere in the world now.
One
But
second,
can
uska
you
point
say
kya hai?
that?
So I don't know. It's just pointless. But it was one of those things they said, like, let's make the world closer during the pandemic. I think must have been their logic. It's useless.
But Ashish, can I say that I am in Amsterdam right now, or I have to say I'm in Bombay and swiping with someone else?
No, I think you have to say in Bombay, but you can swipe as if you were in Amsterdam. Like you can swipe on Amsterdam people if you change your settings.
Have you tried it?
No,
Have you
dude.
tried?
Pagal hai kya? I mean, at the start of the pandemic, swiping in fucking Chembur is the same as swiping in France. Like you're not meeting anybody. You're just doing things.
Ah,
So
Yeah.
it's pointless.
I like how now Tinder has become like you're making pen pals. Like
Yeah.
that's basically, yeah.
It essentially was that at the start of the pandemic because if you're not meeting, then every conversation very quickly devolved into "Acha, खाने में क्या बनाया आज बर्तन धोया कि नहीं?" Like it was just that. Are you still sane? Have you killed yourself? Like it was just set questions and
you killed yourself.
more or less.
You're
It was
ghosting
damn
this girl
boring.
for 3 days. And she's like, have you killed
Have you killed yourself? What happened? It's a pandemic.
Dude, imagine if that actually happens where somebody dies of COVID after 3 days of conversation. And then you're like, how do you deal with that?
and the other person doesn't know. So the other person is like, what an asshole, fucking ghosted me. We spoke for so long. It's great.
The other person goes to an open mic and does a set about I hate
Yeah.
when boys ghost me.
उसका reel बनाता है YouTube videos of millions of views. And then one friend of that guy 6 months later is like, actually.
Dude, have you? But with Jeeya and Ashish, are you both single, or are you
Yes.
both are single?
Yes.
So how is? I mean, it's a perpetual question. I'm sorry you guys are sick of fucking answering this question, which is
मेरी
about
माँ भी यही पूछती है.
हाँ. Your mother asked कि कैसी dating life कैसी चालू है अभी?
मतलब not in those words, but मेरी माँ मेरे दोस्त सबसे पूछते हैं. But let's go with the question. It's always fun.
Yeah. What is the answer though? Are you Jeeya, are you like swiping on people who are in Amsterdam, or what's happening?
No, I'm not on these dating apps.
Oh.
I'm just,
Why?
yeah. Because it's not a real place. Right? And I have lots of people on Instagram saying, I love you. So that's what I mean.
Okay,
but then what? But even Instagram, by that definition, is not a real place. It's
Yeah,
just-
yeah. No, it's not
it's
like I'm
just
marrying
people's-
those guys either.
Yeah, it's just people saying hi. It's just that. Yeah. You can use Instagram.
So did you hear about this guy who got married to 2 women? And like, I love how the conversation was.
yeah.
Yeah, where he's like, there were these 2 women who loved me, so I married both of them, and they're both happy. And I'm like, wait, isn't this illegal? Isn't this one of the things that people are fighting about for years?
And this is also the
Is
plot
this
of
a
July.
Netflix documentary?
Yeah, it's a Netflix documentary. It's a Tiger King and Queen. It's about
Oh, okay.
No.
making anything up.
There really is a documentary I saw. I saw a trailer where this American guy had 2 wives and he was just like, yeah, I love them both. So what is your problem? And they made like a 2-hour long thing, but I didn't watch it yet. So I was asking.
Oh, no. I thought you were talking about, that image that was going viral a few days ago. This obituary where some old guy died and 2 sets of people put out an obituary on the same page saying wife of this guy. Like an old guy. Yeah. So the internet was like, and some Indian guy only, some uncle ji. So it was very funny.
So did the families know each other before that? Did they find out
No
anything
clue,
else?
man. No clue.
Wow.
I doubt it. But
This
it's
is like
just-
the start of Mehuna, right?
sort of.
Yeah.
If he has a kid who does this, then maybe.
This is Mehuna and what is that movie where Shah Rukh Khan dies? I mean, I'll have to be more specific.
Yeah.
The one where he dies of a heart attack or whatever. What is it? Cancer.
Kal
It's one of those things.
Kal ho na ho.
Kal ho na ho.
Kal
Kal
ho
ho
na
na ho.
Yeah.
Dude, but
That's
that's
awesome.
like, imagine you're married to some. How do these people maintain this life, dude? Like, this is a story which is like, by the way, there's a singer, I don't know, this some singer from the South who's also married to 2 women, and they're all very happy with each other. So this is the question to you guys, okay? Raunaq and me are already with one person, so I mean, we are already halfway through this plan of having 2 partners. That is our eventual goal. Jeeya and Ashish, are you guys capable of having a relationship with 2 people at the same time?
Dude, एक से नहीं बन रही है तो कहाँ से
I'm sorry.
करेंगे?
I'm sorry, Shakya, are you eating pizza for breakfast?
Seriously, I was just going to comment on that.
Before we get on to relationship questions, let me answer this. Yes. Because I didn't have time to make a regular breakfast, which is like a normal person, just eggs. And there were people home a couple of days ago, so there was pizza. So,
Oh, so you just reheated
yes.
it. It's not your life.
It's not like I just ordered pizza in the morning. Hello, hundos. नहीं. ये कुछ तो खाना था मेरे को और regular बनाने का time नहीं था.
Because I love how you waited for like 20 minutes into the conversation to slip it in and then put it on the side thinking.
As you can see, Sorabh, from my amazing time management, that 2 wife तो मुश्किल है. मैं एक फ्राइड एग्स नहीं बना पाया मैं अभी तो 2 बीवी
जो बंदा सुबह 11:20 को पिज्जा खाता है, this is basically Ashish's Tinder bio. मैं सुबह 11:30 बजे पिज्जा खाता है. I can only deal with one woman.
Yeah.
Ladies, one at a time, okay? I don't have time.
Raunaq and Sorabh, y'all can get, y'all think y'all can have one more person to love and, pay for and flourish. And,
I don't need to pay for them.
no, generally, but like,
They can pay for
having,
themselves. If they can pay for themselves, I think we can do this.
yeah, really? You think, guys, Raunaq is looking for a second.
हाँ वैसे भी पॉली वॉली का सीन है आज तो कर लो.
Yeah, it's polyamorous.
I'm actually wondering how this is possible, right? Like I've been wondering during the lockdown too. Anyway, how to manage time, right? And like one of the first things I told my wife was, I'm like, dude, how will either of us cheat during the pandemic? Because first of all, like it's you have to do a COVID test on the person you're about to cheat with, right? And then you can't. Now I'm going to sound like an uncle and say, you can't French kiss. Okay? You can't French kiss kids. Like, I mean, like, and if somebody's got a long tongue, then you can, hey, by the way, this is a side note. Do you think somebody with a long tongue can actually do your COVID test? Like, is that...
I didn't see that option in the Metropolis site. I will check with them the next time. Mr. Sheikh Amruddin, who came to my house, did not offer that service.
सर इससे करें कि जीप से करें? आप बताओ, आपके दो ऑप्शन। अरे सर, आपके सर 11:30 ये पिज्जा टॉपिक आपके थ्रोट में कहाँ से आए? इतना सुबह पिज्जा खाते हैं आप?
Dude, you know the kind of stuff that's left in your fridge after people come over, right? Like the next day. My other option was my other option was Szechuan noodles, which I was like, that's a bit much for morning.
I mean, bro, if you're going all the way, you should have got Szechuan noodles. You should have.
Just be that guy on the stream.
Okay, I'm going to take a chat which is completely connected to this particular question, which is Sumit Judge on Super Chat has asked a question. He's asked the same question twice. I appreciate your double money, man. Thanks. Let's get Jeeya on this question. Okay, we already know the answer from Ashish, which is that what does a cheat meal look like for you?
A cheat meal, sushi. I mean, Japanese food. I would take. I mean, because it's not really something that we should be eating regularly. I think that is why a cheat meal. I'm eating all
Japanese
the time.
is healthy, huh?
Yeah, but it's like not. I eat it thrice a week.
Okay,
but like sushi or like ramen or like teriyaki, like what were you eating?
Sushi, sashimi mainly.
Wow, your cheat meals are damn fancy, Jeeya.
Yeah, my cheat meals are damn fancy. That's a cheat. That's why I'm saying it's cheating. You shouldn't be eating such fancy foods like all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Because
see, I'm a vegetarian, so I've never eaten Japanese food. But of what I've heard, it's mostly like kind of healthy-ish, right? Because it's just rice and fish.
It's light. I mean, sushi and all is fairly light. It's not biryani.
Yeah.
Just
Otherwise, melted
biryani.
cheese. I just melt cheese and have melted cheese.
Yeah, that's a cheat meal.
Yeah, I have raclette machine at home, so I just get sliced cheese, put it in the raclette machine, and.
What's a raclette machine? What is this?
Yeah,
I was gonna ask, but I don't want to seem stupid.
It's okay.
Raclette is a very Swiss dish. It's from Switzerland, and it's basically
Yeah.
You're adding so much class to your junk food, Jeeya. So much. Raunaq, what is your cheat meal?
I don't have any diet, man. I just eat whatever I feel like eating.
What is the one where you feel like after you eat it, you're like, I'm a bad human being? Like, what concept?
Oh, dude, last week I got that cheddar jalapeno ka Cheetos, the one that they make the fucking big packet. It tastes so good. And after I was done, I was like, why did I eat all of this, dude? This Firangi kurkure that I paid so much for.
1 second, I also have to ask, Ashish, are you drinking Coke in the morning?
No, this is coffee. Cold brew.
Okay. It's a very weird cup to have a who has
cold
a
brew,
in
guys?
That cup?
Please get with it.
Okay, it's cold brew. Oh, sorry, cold brew. Now I have revealed my.
He put yesterday's pizza and yesterday's Coke in the microwave, and he was like, "Fuck it,
fuck it."
Yeah, but technically, Coke, which is heated, is like black coffee with sugar, right? Essentially.
No,
I've never tried.
Sorabh, तू पापा है तो कुछ भी बोलेगा.
Jeeya, put it in your raclette machine and see how it raclette. Raclette. But dude, the worst thing was that I think during the lockdown, I've been maintaining a relatively tolerable diet. And then one day I was like, dude, I gotta eat some unhealthy shit, right? First time I ordered from Zomato, I ordered something. And it was like just whatever fried with some more fried and some fried, right? It's just oil fried and more oil, and they just like whatever. And the food arrived in my house, and it was fucking shit, dude. Like it was so bad. But this is the first time in like 2.5 months I'm eating such fried food that I had to finish it. And my wife is like, dude, you're obviously not enjoying this. But I'm like, no, but I ordered it. I have to get through this shitty meal, even though it's horrible. Like,
what did you order? Where did you order from?
I ordered some Russian. There's some very bad Parsi place which had Russian. Like I love Parsi food generally, right? But I ordered like Russian cutlets and whatever is just horrible.
Bandra.
But I had to commit to it. I don't
know. Dude, I feel like I need to up my game, dude. You guys are eating fucking Japanese food and like Russian food, and I'm still eating Cheetos, dude. This is,
No, yeah.
what is a Russian cutlet? Sorry, what is a Russian cutlet?
It's
You
just
eat
a
it
cutlet.
and your country becomes poor.
Yeah.
I have never heard of Russian cutlet.
It's I think the Parsis make a Russian cutlet. Wait, I gotta Google it. By the way, I completely side note. I was actually googling polygamy in India, and polygamy in India is outlawed, while polygamy was not prohibited in ancient India. It was not. It was common among aristocrats and emperors. It is believed that it was not a major practice, and apparently it's allowed for Muslims. It's allowed for Muslims, and Hindu polygamy apparently is. This is the Bollywood star and Lok Sabha member Dharmendra was married to Prakash Kaur when he married the actress Hema Malini in 1980. While it was reported that he had converted to Islam for the sake of marriage, he denied being converted. Oh, I remember this story.
Yeah, the story everyone like that was a classic. Apparently, the loophole that they exploited.
Yeah, I remember the story. So anyway,
anyway, two shadis just seems. Sorry, yeah.
Ashish, if you want to have polygamy, what you need to do is first you need to. Is it love jihad? If you...
No, what? No, they're completely different. If you want to do polygamy, you need to have lots of free time on your hands.
Yeah. I mean, if you also want to interrupt a wedding, you need to have a lot of free time. That is one of the things. Without getting into that, yeah.
Sorabh, how do you think polygamy happens? Do you think people are just walking into weddings saying, I object, and the guy's like, oh, okay, sure. Like that's...
No. I was talking about...
He's talking about love jihad haters.
Oh,
yeah. I was talking about these guys walking into a wedding and saying that nahi ho sakti ye shadi, and they're like, who are you? Somebody completely unassociated with this wedding. Like, imagine that.
Yeah, you should be like, what a chocolate fountain. Oh, sorry, continue.
And then somebody's like, raclette fountain.
Raclette machine. High five.
Hey, we did it. Okay, we got to talk about. Okay, I'll take a couple more chats because people are really excited. Akhil Pisharodi says, "Happy birthday, Raunaq, Jeeya and Shaq's OP heart."
Thanks,
man.
Thanks.
And Rajesh Shah says, "Happy birthday, Raunaq, and thanks, Sorabh, for finally bringing my favorite from your open mics, Jeeya." Also, hi, Shakya, the OG blogger. And Rajesh also says, "Raclette OP, bas itna hi kehna tha, bhai." Bye. And then Puneet Pathak says, "Ask Jeeya for her TikTok joke. It's classic."
Not TikTok, it's tick tick tick.
Oh, tick tick tick. Sorry, yeah. Tick tick joke. Sorry.
Oh no, it's written tick tick or?
Yeah, I know it's written tick tick. It was correct. I read it wrong. I thought it was a TikTok joke. Okay.
Oh, so now we're waiting for Jeeya to do the joke.
No, we're not.
Stand-up joke. She's not going to do the stand-up joke.
It's a stand-up joke, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think in mine and Shakya's head, we thought it was like an internet TikTok-ish.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I don't have TikTok. You all have TikTok?
I mean, Reels, boy.
I still have it. But you can't access it.
But you can't make videos on it, no?
I don't think so. Just when you open it, it says not available in your region. And I say, okay.
Oh.
What if you VPN and all? I don't know. I've never tried.
Yeah. People do VPN and use it. I don't have VPN.
But it's exactly what Raunaq said. You VPN it just to create the effect from TikTok and then release it on Instagram.
Yeah.
Which is like next level commitment.
Wow. That is...
Yeah. Okay, if you're watching the stream, please give a like and do a share and subscribe. I'm going to tell you who's going to come up over the next... on Thursday, I have a reunion of Viral Bhayani fan club reuniting, which is Aishwarya Mohanraj, Pavitra Shetty and Sonali Thakkar talking about Viral Bhayani and random bullshit, which I had no idea about. Yes, am I saying the name wrong?
No, I was just saying, when you said Viral Bhayani fan club, I didn't even have to think who the other comics are. I was like, yahi honge. Or kaun hoga.
I once photographed Taimur in Bandra and I sent it to Sonali and she's like, you have to sell it to Viral Bhayani. I was like, you sell it. You take and you sell.
But Sonali has spread this rumor that you can sell photographs to Viral Bhayani and I'm not sure that you can.
We should try it.
Dude, it's like people coming to you after a show and be like, एक joke है, चाहिए तो अपने set में use कर ले. मेरा uncle है ना, क्या? It's like that, dude.
No, I'm sure if there's like something great, like if you catch like Taimur like beating someone up, and if you give that picture, I'm sure he pay for it, right? I'm sure there's some value to that.
Yeah, but I feel there'll be already Viral Bhayani's guys over there taking those pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are very good. They are there.
I'm saying if he wasn't there and you got it.
Yeah.
But wait, you're talking about Taimur beating up somebody right now, like at this age, like
Yeah.
with his
Yeah.
this.
Taimur beating up a beggar or something, and everyone's like, "This."
Wow,
This
that's
Wow,
escalated.
what a weak ass beggar.
This one
But that
grown
would be-
30-year-old beggar.
That would be the first. नहीं दूंगा तेरे को पैसा नहीं. I don't know why he sounds like Sachin right now. Taimur is Sachin. Dude, and they have those kids have also, they wear those gloves, right, which look like boxing gloves. So that would be the first time I'd actually see a Taimur photograph of Taimur beating up a beggar for no reason.
That'd be too funny though.
Dude,
That'd be like,
dude,
that
I
is
would pay Viral Bhayani also for it.
Yeah. I would just be like, this is royalty max. This is why revolutions happen. Because Nawab ka beta randomly Kyun? But also funny.
Dude, there's so much, and there's so much subtext to it, right? There's classism. There's so much, dude. My God. And like internet warriors will have a field day. They're like, oh, I know it was only for a photo op, but this is like completely not done, and it is propagation of class. Something they'll come up with.
Saurabh, I feel like you've also, like it happens to all of us. Now you see an incident, and in your head, you already see the headlines. You already see the think pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just did that. And I was like, yeah, I get that. Pakka hoega.
You've already broken it into your head as to which section of society will have which problem with it. Yeah.
Correct. It's an instant almost.
I don't know who I was talking to, but that person said that, and we now, all of us have a troll voice in our heads.
True.
I don't know who the hell said this on the. Somebody in the chat will help me out. I think in one of the recent
Called
episodes somebody
self-hate.
said it. No, dude, like it's like if I say put out a tweet about like black coffee, and then people are like, what about white coffee, right? And it's and then people are like, coffee doesn't have a color. Something will, yeah.
So it's damn stupid. You had this fight in your head before anything has happened. And you're like, what a chutia state of affairs. And then I know, completely agree.
Yeah. Akshat Sethi has already said Taimur is cancelled. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Meghnad said this. Meghnad from News Laundry said this. Yeah, correct. Thanks, Apur Gupta. Yes, Raunaq, you were saying something. Sorry, I interrupted your joke.
Oh, I was saying that, like, you ever tweet a joke and then you think about, oh, people will find this problematic. So then you defend it in your head and you think of a better joke in defense. And then you wait for people to take offense, but no one's taking it. So then you don't know what to do with that new defensive joke that you have.
Yeah.
So then you just tweet back saying, for all the people DMing me.
Just want to know.
I've done it like 5 times already.
This is that equivalent of, for all the people asking about my skincare routine. Koi nahi pucha that's it.
Dude, I saw this on. Okay, there's a photograph of Amisha Patel or something, right? And there were like some 95,000 comments, and there was just one a-hole who was just saying some deranged shit in the thing, and that was like that big. And like deranged means like just what is it called? Pedestrian nahi. What is the word? Regular sexism. What is the word?
Ordinary.
Casual.
Prosaic. Now it's just done.
Prosaic sexism. Where it's like almost like, oh, how come somebody didn't say this right in India? It's like, yeah. So he said something like that, and every second news article that you saw was talking about how Amisha Patel was attacked by a gang of trolls, and I was like, it was one guy.
Dude, this is like one of my pet peeves about it's the dumbest news cycle. I think some of it, I would not be surprised if it comes from the Star's own PR teams. Kuch bolega, like you said, one guy with 3 followers will say, fuck you, attacked by troll army, netizens. My favorite is the headline, Twitter slams XYZ. Kuch slam nahi kiya. 3 lukha log Nagpur mein baith ke usse tweet kiya. Kuch slam nahi kiya. Wo बैठी अभी भी अपने penthouse में chill. Nothing has happened. Nothing.
But Shakya, that's also a very funny word, netizens. As if they are just the heroes
Yeah. This, there's this country called the internet, and they are the citizens of the netizens. Fucking, it's just 3 assholes with a Geo connection. Relax.
With a Jeeya connection.
Also that.
Yeah. But Jeeya, over the last few like during the lockdown, have you been getting like weirder trolls than before? Like I realized at the start of the lockdown, I started getting really strange trolls, and then just everybody just stopped. I don't know if that's the case for you.
Trolls, I don't think I get too many trolls. Also, I'm very polite to everyone who trolls to me. I'm like, thank you for watching my video. At least I got your 1 rupee. This is best. Please share it. One guy, you know what? I appreciate trolls that take out the time to send. A guy emailed me. All right. When you take out time to email me, and he's like, because of your video, my friend got bawasir. All right. And
What
guys,
Sorry, continue.
You taught me what it means. I forgot what it means.
No,
I'll tell you. Okay. Now I'm very, my cheat meal is sushi, and also I have no idea what bawasir was, right? So
well, if you eat too much sushi, maybe. Too much
bawasir
wasabi.
is piles, basically.
Oh, okay. Got it.
And but the guy took out time. I didn't reply to him. I feel every time a troll is really mean to me, I leave them at scene, and I get pleasure in that.
Can I point out one thing? It was so nice how Jeeya said Bawasir like it's some Parsi soothsayer. Like it's a Bawasir.
Bawasir.
Neville Shah just predicting stuff in his house. when Neville talks about football scores, it is Bawasir. It's as a UP person, I think it is Bawasir. Although I don't know, my UP knowledge largely comes from Mirzapur. So, ये क्या Bawasir बना दियो?
Do you know which other Hindi word which I loved? I just discovered it recently, which is that cockroach in Hindi, dude. It's a word that everybody should use more.
Yeah.
Jugalbandi.
Yeah, Jugalbandi. When 2 cockroaches are dancing together.
Jugalbandi.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
I'm disagreeing.
Guys,
I'm just guessing Raunaq. Shakya, you might know this. Do you know what cockroach in Hindi is?
I remember it's some funny word, but I'm forgetting. It's like damn Shuddh Hindi. Nobody uses it.
Tilchitta. Oh, great.
Something like that.
Tilchatta, sorry. Oh,
yeah,
what a beautiful...
I heard this.
It's great.
I heard this in Ghaziabad. It's amazing.
It's got a good beat to it.
Tilchatta. Syllables है. इसको अगर ये थोड़ा beat डालेगा तो ऋत्विज गाना बना सकता है इस पे.
हाँ.
For sure. People will be like
dancing to it. नहीं.
That's Pratik Kuhar, dude. You're doing a Pratik Kuhar voice on a song.
हम हैं हजारों में दिल की कहां है सब चीज खास है अब है जो है वो सजा है तिलचट्टा मेरे मुंह में डाले.
You are still doing Pratik Kuhar voice.
Wait, I'll try to resist. No, it's gonna. Dude, by the way, Ritvik came on the show and very like honestly admitted that he invents words, which I thought was great.
Yeah,
I like you even more now.
What is the invented word?
What's an invented word?
He said in one of his recent songs, I think he used. I forgot the word, but he said about 3 words that he just invented just because it rhymed.
Liggy sounds invented. I don't know. Is Liggy invented?
Liggy.
I feel like Liggy sounds invented.
Liggy sounds like a used condom.
You're correct. It's Liggy does not mean anything, but it sounds good enough for DJ Ritvik to incorporate in his Liggy. It means nothing. That was one of the words that he invented. I'm like, this is great too.
Cool.
Like it's like I genuinely love him more after that. I'm like, this is so nice that you are like just fucking with people's heads.
Having fun with it.
Yeah, because you read that. Have you read that? Like Eminem, when he was younger and still coming up as a rapper, he would like sit in the bus on the way to the rap battles and read the dictionary and like note down new words. But Ritvik was like, fuck it, Liggy.
I will make my own dictionary. But I mean, to be fair, a lot of writers from back in the day are known for inventing words. So it's actually just an old tradition. Shakespeare uncle invented lots of words. Fuck it. Now we all use them, but fuck it.
Yeah, I mean the word assassination. Sorry, that was the word.
That is assassination. But
that's
like the word football was first used in a Shakespeare play. Like
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Lots of words.
Do you know that-
What's the other words? Bhul raha hu main.
Do you know that like in The Godfather also the thing like when they gave the fish as a sign that they have killed this guy, that's not a real Italian tradition. Mario Puzo just made that up, that in the mobs they just send a fish to show that he's sleeping with the fishes, and people just believed it and it became a real thing afterwards.
That's cool.
Yeah, but what the craziest word they invented in Godfather was God, because God's not real. Social
satire, boom.
And now to be inspired by Daniel Fernandez, I will wait. And go like, guys, I've been working out. Daniel, if you're watching this, please WhatsApp me. He's definitely not watching. Dude, you know what? This is the best part about comedians as a rule, right? Is that you've heard the worst joke about yourself from other comedians. So after a point, you're like, yeah, okay.
You heard it in your head by your own troll voice. So,
Have you all invented any words?
Yeah, they're not invention so much as copy paste of cuss words. So it's not a real thing. Like, I don't think it counts in many years of comedy.
I had figured out a cuss word which is great, and then I can't say it in public. It was like a cuss word that I'd invented in college and it was just disgusting. And I told my wife once, I'm like, hey, I invented this word, and she's like, just shut the fuck up.
Because inventing cuss words is very easy. You just you can do dumb things like just add a food and a body part combine jata hai. So let's not do it.
It's action, body part, food, and that's the ideal. Like sabudana tere isme karega aise. And then you're like,
sure.
Something like that. Yeah. Why, Jeeya, are you a word inventor or what?
No.
Like raclette?
I mean, I think the only word I may have invented would have been Leda.
Leda. What is that?
That's a funny punchline. I remember that joke.
Which is not a lady, basically.
Oh, okay. Leda. Ladies and ladies. Like that.
I mean, if you're talking about Shakespeare, we can't talk about Shakespeare inventing words without talking about another person who invented words. Another like poet of our time, Suresh Menon, who invented the word lenduk.
That's an old word. That's
an existing word.
Is it an old word?
Yeah,
I think Suresh Menon invented lenduk, and then one other word which was like a variation of lenduk, and I don't know something it was.
Lenduk is Marathi. So
I have a version of lenduk, which is I did too many lendi kebabs today.
Nice.
So that's that's a good one.
Nice.
I have some like that. Come on, it's a good one. Appreciate the
because they also look like kebabs. So that's a great. Very nice.
You're still eating, na, Ashish?
I am immune to all this shit. I've had a bunch of gross friends growing up. I can eat around anything.
Hey man, don't talk about your family like that. Jokes easy. Thank you so much. Welcome to my open mic. I will see you later. Okay, we have
don't be a til chatta, man.
Yeah, don't be a til chatta, mere dil chatta. Kidhar hai mera fil chatta? Oh, hey, wow, that's an Anu Malik song. Okay, listen, I got to introduce you to a game, which if you guys don't know this game, okay, this was invented by Naveen, Richard, me, and Rahul Subramanian in Hyderabad, okay? And I realized that there can be variants of this across the board. The game is called, okay, and I'll tell you the game title, and then you guys will figure out what the game is. It's called Atul Tandon or Amit Khatri. That's the game, okay?
Got it.
Yeah, you got it, right? Everybody's used to the game. So it's set up and then punchline as Amit or Atul, right?
Okay.
And it's endless. Yeah, are you doing it, Raunaq? I think, did we attempt this the last time?
Of course, bacha. Let's do it, bacha. No, I've not played it. I'm not playing it with you guys. I'm not playing with you guys.
Yeah, bloody, let's do this, bloody, let's do this. I'm very rusty, but let's try.
Okay. So the premise is, the setup is, let's say that I saw a cockroach at home. Okay, we make it easy. Right.
I saw a cockroach at home.
Are cockroach? What about my cock in your roach? Huh? I've been asking for years.
What about my thing?
अरे हम हमारे घर में तो कॉकरोच ही आते रहते हैं क्योंकि बजट नहीं है ना, बच्चों का स्कूल फीस मालूम है। मेरा बेटा तो कॉकरोचेस के साथ क्रिकेट खेलता है रात को।
आपको याद है मिडिल क्लास जब होते थे तो हमारे पास दोस्त नहीं होते थे, प्ले स्टेशन नहीं होता था, बस कॉकरोच का वो जो हाथ पकड़ के हम ऐसे करते थे।
Like, I met a cockroach. He has 6 legs. I was like, "Bacha, that's less legs than the tuition teacher takes fees. What the hell?"
I met a cockroach, but enough about my daughter's boyfriend.
Atul Tandon is the great game. It's endless. Okay, I'll take a few super chats that have come for you guys. Amonish Ahuja says, "Hey Sorabh, thanks a lot again for all the good work. Great to see a great panel. Jeeya has worked so hard in the lockdown with her online shows almost every day. She was all on Book My Show and Insider. Dude, that's crazy what you've done, man. Jeeya, tell us about what you've been up to. Are you still continuing with those shows?"
Yeah, every day at 4:30 p.m. there's an open mic for new comics on Zoom.
Nice.
Very cool.
And now we've started open mics for on live open mics as well every Saturday and Sunday. So
Wow.
You did yoga house, no? I saw some Instagram. That was
yeah,
you, right?
yeah, yes. But that's not my room. It's Hooted Once's room.
Oh, sorry.
Well, it was a great show, dude. It was a great show. There were young people who had energy to scream. And it was best. And they were all sitting on the floor, and I was like, I could never do that.
Yeah, that's too much dedication to comedy.
Yeah.
जमीन पे जब बैठते हैं लोग, वो पुराने कैट कैफे में ना पहले जमीन पे बैठते थे लोग, फिर चेयर लगाए उन्होंने.
Yeah.
This is too much respect. It looks like a fucking panchayat. What is happening?
Yeah.
But there is a dude. I did that yoga room of yours twice, and both the shows were so bizarre. It was great. Like you know, when sometimes you get done with the show, and then you have to go to the terrace and bitch about the audience to the comedians without accepting any responsibility. We are like audience ही टट्टी है, हम तो ना like that.
हम तो kill कर रहे थे.
But it's I've done the yoga room thrice. Once was phenomenal though. This is really fun room.
Actually,
Kuch bhi
it's
mehta is
literally
here.
next to my house. Yeah, Akash is giving you money.
Akash is given 100 rupees here. Akash, you don't have these kind of budgets during lockdown. Save it.
It's a super
You
chat.
just WhatsApp me
It's
the
a super
question.
chat in real life.
Yeah. Shax, man, my bhabhi is using your urban loneliness article to tell me not to move, how to counter. Also, love, Raurav, you are my Yamani. I don't even know what that means. What is this urban loneliness thing?
I wrote an article a few months ago. It was fairly popular about like living alone and urban loneliness and all that. So it was one of those funny but little bit emo but funny. So I think he's talking about that. How to counter. I'll write one about how amazing it is to live alone. And maybe your bhabhi will be like, okay, cool. Because yeah, it's great fun living alone.
Yeah, listen, I look at people living alone. I'm like, wow.
It's so weird.
Pizza at 11 in the morning.
Wow. Dude, that's exactly what I do at 11 in the morning. I would be like, fuck things. I'm going to have a pizza. I'm going to have a beer before my meeting. Dude.
What do you think single people live like, Sorabh? Are you creating some really weird imaginary fantasy? Like, what are you imagining is around me in the house right now? Very cute.
Okay, here's a question.
Out of frame.
Do you guys both live alone, Ashish and Jeeya?
Yeah.
Okay, so, at what stage did you stop running around the house naked and going like, this is done?
The day I moved in, what the fuck?
I'm not a child. Sorabh. I don't run around naked in the house. एक तो सब खिड़की खुला है, balcony है इधर. पागल है क्या?
Oh my God.
One of my favorite things to do is just, as soon as my house gets empty, I shut down the curtain, ring around naked for 5 minutes. And once my wife caught me because she had forgotten her keys and she's like, dude, you're a 39-year-old man with 2 children.
Why don't you
but nobody's here.
Why don't you do cardio like a regular person? Go to this yoga place, Sorabh.
Sorabh, when you go to a hotel, like when you go into a hotel room, is the first thing what do you do? Get your clothes off or something?
I feel like he does that. I genuinely feel like he does that. Yeah, now that you mention it.
Oh, dude, it's so nice. But the problem is that invariably, if you go to a hotel room, you have to wait 10 minutes. Because for some reason, somebody will ring on the bell and say, everything okay, sir?
Sorabh hotel room mein, ding dong.
Dude, I dirty it like the first thing I'm looking forward to when I'm doing these shows in Pune is the hotel room, because I haven't been in a hotel room in like 10 months, and I'm gonna put my chaddis in the fridge. That's my aim in life. I'm gonna put things in places where nobody wants them. Raunaq, what about you? Yeah, tell us about your running naked through the house variant. Like when nobody's home, what do you do?
I mean, I don't know, I'm not naked at home. But like, cause I when I lived with my parents, I was like, yeah, this is something I'm gonna do when I move out. But I'm just like, okay, no one really cares.
Yeah, it feels like one of those ideas that's great, like in your head.
Yeah.
When you don't do it, and then you like the max you'll do is like just like hang around in boxers, which is whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like instead of pants.
Yeah.
But, yeah. But what are the other gross things you do? There must be something gross that you do when you live alone. Like whether you're single or not, when you have the house to yourself. Like apart from running around naked. Or what
well, Shakya, since you asked the question, you obviously have an answer.
No, I'm genuinely curious. I'm because you brought it up. I was like, "Puchte, kuch to karta hoga."
I don't know. Maybe I don't close my toilet door.
Oh yeah. So convenient.
How is that gross?
I mean, that's the only thing that I don't.
While using it.
While I'm using it, obviously.
Not like.
Listen. I live with my wife. I never shut the toilet door.
But like, leave it open, huh?
Yeah, I don't care.
While taking a dump.
Yeah, everything open.
No, I understand if you're living alone and keeping the toilet open. This Raunaq Rajani fellow, he keeps it open while taking a dump with his wife around.
There's no. I'm not lying to my wife.
I don't believe you at all, Raunaq. I don't believe you for 1 second.
There is no lie. She knows what. That's so funny.
That's
she
disgusting.
Asked me to put deodorant in the bathroom afterwards. Listen, you guys don't know intimacy. Just admit it.
I'm imagining Raunaq.
She refuses
Raunaq taking the next step with his wife is like, hey, listen, we've had sex, but do you want to see me taking a dump? She's like, I thought you'd never ask.
Dude, this is an episode from How I Met Your Mother. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah. She refuses to do it.
Because she's a normal person.
I was like, look, I'm setting a precedent here. Okay, let's all follow this precedent. She's like, we're not going to do it. So it's just me as of now. I'll text you, Sorabh, when she does, so that I can talk about it on the morning podcast where everyone can. That intimacy is a two-way stream in my house now. It's a one-way stream right now.
But like, gross things is an endless topic. Like I realize one of the things that I like doing is that, and the thing is, I'm training my children also to do it. Is that I've spoken about this many times. Is that when like a cloth is, especially a chaddi, right, is lying on the floor, you like hold it between your toes and then flick it backwards and catch it.
Yeah.
And there's nothing more exhilarating when you get it like done on the first try. Yeah. And then when you start,
and there's nothing more exhilarating than catching it with your mouth.
This is why I wanted to have you guys on to talk about these complex issues. You know what the best part is? 2 days back we spoke to a China expert about communism and shit for 2 hours.
Listen, usme bhi aadha discussion must have been about that Jack Ma clip where that guy's fixing the AC. So let's not pretend.
No, we surprisingly didn't do that. We were very classy.
Really?
Yeah. We should have done that. Now that you mentioned it, we should have done that.
That was a very funny video.
Okay, we have Lime Walls who sent a super chat. By the way, again, if you're on the stream, please like it. We are very short from getting 1,000 likes, so please do that. Like it for Raunaq catching his chaddis in his mouth while flicking him. Just that image deserves a like. Okay, Lime Walls says, thanks a lot for your generous super chat. Says super chat for Jeeya, Sethi, who put so much effort in her Insta lives and stand-up. You've been inspiring me for the last 3 years. Wow.
I know her name. Her name is Mahin.
Mahin, like the place?
Mahin.
Okay.
I think she's abroad somewhere.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Where
abroad.
is she
She's in
abroad?
Canada.
Where is she abroad?
What did you say, Sorabh? Canada, no?
Yeah.
She is in Canada. Correct.
I saw currency.
Yeah.
And Devesh Jain has just given a super chat just for support. Thanks a lot, man. Really, really nice of you. Okay, I got to talk to you. Thanks, Devesh, and thanks to everybody super chat. I'll keep taking the super chats. I got to talk to you guys about. First, I got to talk to Shakya about AK versus AK, the roast.
Yes.
And that whole experience. I enjoyed the roast. I mean, we've discussed this yesterday in any case. But yeah, so I got to know your experience. Yeah.
Sorry, what? I didn't hear you.
I just want to say I just loved your bit in it.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And also doing a roast without audience and shit like that. It's a very interesting format.
Not bad.
It was, I mean, that was we had to, there was no other option. So, logistics tha was thani.
And I also love how Anil Kapoor obviously decided that he's a better joke writer than the joke writers and was swiftly proven wrong.
It was great fun. I was telling you yesterday, right? It was great fun because there was like we had prompter, of course. So Anil Kapoor was the last one, and so there was material he was supposed to do, but he's like you know you all met like stars now, right? Like and then most of them when you meet they're like normal in real life. They're not their big screen image. They're like normal people you can talk to. But old school Bollywood is, some of them are still like jackass in their heads. Like it's not an act.
Yeah.
Like very outwardly projecting, like walking confidence. Cool. Very chill, very fun, but very much a superstar. So when it was his turn for the prompter, started riffing. Now, riffing is great if you are a good comedian and can do it. But when you're just riffing, it was really sweet. And he riffed for 15 minutes. And it was hilarious in the way that, you know, when you're at an open mic and your joke is tanking, only the comics are laughing. Like it was hilarious in that way. So we were losing our shit. Bachara Neville direct kar raha hai wahan pe, Neville or Vasani. And they were like, So he did one round of that and we all laughed. And then I was like, sir, once more for safety, please. Once more. So once more. That's like, okay. So then he looked in the prompter and did the thing that you see on the screen right now.
So how many of his rift lines made it to the final?
I don't know if the rift cut was used at all. I may be mistaken. I don't know if the rift cut was taken because it was like it would have been very difficult to cut between the two. They were very disparate. Like he was moving around and this and that. So it was fun being there, but as far as like a tight this thing goes, I don't think much of it was.
And
used.
when your director says "ek safety ke liye" means that the first take did not work. It's always that. It's never like this is safety. It's basically an indirect way of saying the first one was do it again. Yeah.
NG, but it was cool, man. Like I'd never worked with him before, so it was cool to see he was like very chill about the jokes. Honestly, like most jokes they kind of allowed us to do, which is very chill. So yeah, good.
I enjoyed also the fact that he was like, roast me, go for it, live your life. It was fun. I was like nice and sporting. And do you think that? And I want to come to like meeting him and all that stuff. Do you think that since post the roast that you guys did all those years back, there's two questions actually. One is that given the fact that when you did the roast ages back, it was like there was no filter really. It was the first roast, so you can just do whatever, right?
Yeah. Also, we were learning, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think from then to now, like because of the whatever all the stuff that happened, I mean, nothing really happened. Nobody. Nothing. It's all good.
Nothing really happened though, if you think about it. But yeah.
But do you think that because of now having, I mean, obviously you guys have gathered all this experience stuff, that now the roast that you would do would be more nuanced and this thing?
Yeah. In the sense that obviously you have grown as comics, as writers and individuals. The conversation has moved way beyond what it was in 2014, 2015. So some jokes that you would do then, you would not do now just because like either they're done or they're, even for a roast, they're too much punching down or they're too like you're not going to do this. And some jokes I remember doing in 2014, when you look at it and go, acha, even as a writer, this was a weak joke. Like it was a stretch. Yahan se kheech ke ye element ghusa ke shock value ke liye. But that's all inexperience. But broadly what you're saying, conversation move. Even abroad, like you're going to see fewer jokes like he's so black, he's so fat. Like you'll now try and do a little more personality based stuff and all. That's a conscious decision. Also, like, even if you go ahead and do the formats from like 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, like, it's going to sound fuck all. It's you're just going to it's not you right now. So
You know what I appreciate, if you take like an old done to death format, like a Your Mama So Fat type, but give like a brand new fucking joke that no one's heard.
Yeah. So now, I mean, the cheat there is, like, you can change it to you look like the kind of guy, like, and then you can go viral.
Of course.
You can do you can do that, but broadly, like, some tropes have kind of fallen into disuse. Like, your very obvious body shaming ones have fallen into disuse. You're not doing jokes about, so gay that, and again, at that point, 2014, 2015, it's not like we were behind the curve. That's what the comedy industry was globally.
Yeah.
So your reference point, whether it's a Jeff Ross or a Seth MacFarlane or, Francos of the world or whatever, those are the kind of things they were doing back then. And that's where the cultural conversation was. So that has evolved, and we have evolved as people. So now roasts are different, but there's still some of the most fun things to write.
I think I remember doing the roast. I've done like 2, I think, and it is you don't want to be at the end. Like, you fucking like, which is why I actually feel bad for somebody like. By the way, there was somebody who said that Anil Kapoor's unedited cut of the riff should be released, and I'm like, yeah, it should probably, but also maybe not.
Neville ko bolo, Netflix ko tweet karo.
It'll be the new Maushiji Gand. That's what it'll be.
Yeah. But dude, the most interesting thing was that everybody was doing roast during the lockdown, right? And so it first was like Carrie and whatever, and then now just random everybody.
Sorry to be that guy, but that's not a roast.
It is a roast, yeah.
FYI.
I think it was great, and
Sorabh, you just don't want to be trolled by 12-year-olds, so you're playing.
Listen. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it was good. Okay.
Sorabh has to answer to his own kids, okay?
Yeah.
Listen, I'll tell you.
I'm sitting at home going, how dare you insult Carrie, Papa?
But I thought that
that's why they take 1 hour to fall asleep. They're just like, Dad, you're not Carrie.
Come on.
Listen, I think it was a good roast.
If you have to learn Bhade, let it be from our channels.
But one line that I thought, like, we were talking about earlier, the expletives, right? And this thing. One line that Carrie had was, "Apni gaand se phool nikalunga." Like, I was like, that is so absurd. And then he takes out the flower, and so I just laughed at the concept. I didn't even know who the guy he was talking about was. But my question is that the number of people doing the roast and stuff like that. Did you guys, Raunaq and Jeeya? I did one with Akash on Akash's channel, which I thought was really good fun. And Akash had one of my favorite jokes, and like, comedians know how to hurt you nicely. Right? So Akash said that Sorabh is the only comedian who, when he releases a video on YouTube, loses ticket sales. I was like, that is so fucking funny. It's a great line. So did you guys, Jeeya and Raunaq, did you guys do any of these roasts and stuff like that people have been doing throughout the lockdown?
I did a 1-hour show on jokes on Kunal Kamra.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Because
that was all you for an hour?
Yeah.
Like on his channel, or like
no, just alone, me on my own without Kunal Kamra. Means I invited him. All right, and he was like, "I'm too busy." I was like, "Doing what?"
Like, getting contempt notices is what?
So I honestly thought he was. I thought
he was too busy listening to these jokes already from Twitter people.
I thought he was busy making those police ka mask on his own.
यार वो आदमी बहुत मेहनत किया लॉकडाउन में, बहुत अच्छा लगा, बहुत मेहनत किया उसने. You did some roasts also, right?
Yeah, I did a few of those Tanmay roasts on the circuit festival. I think you also then.
I was on one of those. I think on the charity stream, one of the big charity stream.
That
was also great fun actually.
I didn't know the charity stream.
So
I did the charity stream. I did the other ticket.
You did the other one. You did the festival one. It was me, Varun Thakur, Neville, Aishwarya, Pavitra, Tanmay. Forgetting something. Yeah, I think it was a great fun.
I watched Pavitra on one of her roasts, and I think she was killing.
She was very funny.
Yeah, too good.
Dude, I think Shrija was like, Shrija roasting Bassi is still like because she's so, everything she does is so unexpected. Like, you know, like it's literally like hearing a child. Like, I was in the lift, okay, and I put on a bit of weight, and one little girl in the lift was like, uh, something about me being pregnant, and it was said so like completely unexpectedly from a 6-year-old child, and I was like, and that's Shrija.
Yeah, dude. She's so funny. She's so funny.
So Shrija roasting Bassi was still, yeah.
That's, yeah.
No, Raunaq, you were saying something, what?
But
Oh no, I
sorry.
wasn't. My internet had gone. I was just checking if it's.
No,
I had to
I
shut
was
my
just saying,
window
like,
for it not to go.
So now this year or whatever, all the recent roasts you've seen,
Huh.
even any international, you must have noticed a difference, right, in the kind of jokes they're making. Like even the ones that you did, I feel like you would have gone
Dude,
beyond.
my favorite roast I
what's
realized
happening.
is like friends roasting each other is always funny.
Mm.
Because you know that there is like you will feel bad sometimes, but
course.
because it's friends, you're like, who gives a shit, dude? After a point, it's like, who
And-
cares? Like, yeah.
And also there's that exposition, right? If Tanmay and Shakya are roasting each other, there is something that Shakya and Tanmay know about each other that we don't. And
Yeah.
through the joke,
Yeah.
there is that exposition
Yeah,
to us, which
yeah,
is hilarious.
yeah. And also
Like
with roast-
Shrija made some jokes about because I have I talk about it to my friends, and I talk about it on my jokes, like about my tough relationship with my dad, right? And Shrija had like 5 jokes about my daddy issues. Okay.
Great.
And nobody knows about it. And everyone's like, whoa.
yeah.
Favorite roast of
Sorabh.
am I back?
Sorabh's kids are like, carry के बारे में क्या बोला?
काट दिया इंटरनेट पूरा काट दिया.
You're back.
My internet connection is unstable, is coming. It'll go in like 3 seconds. Okay, it's fine now. My internet connection was unstable. Like my
Just
marriage.
like all the comics.
I was going to say, isn't this the thing, right? When you have the joke, right, about internet connection is unstable, you've had about 3 thoughts, and you're like, which one am I going with here, right? And then you're like, listen, if I do this in this, like, so I was at I think Sapan's wedding, and the joke that I was running was that I'm going to do dad jokes, right? So every single person, I was like, "Tumhari shadi kab ho rahi hai, beta?" It's just to be interesting. And then I met Biswa, and I told him something like that. He's like, dude, stop making dad jokes. I'm like, but that was the premise. I'm like, are you not? This is my premise, Biswa. But I was going to say something. Yeah, I liked James Franco's roast the most for that regard.
The
Because I
roast
thought it was-
of James Franco.
Yeah, the roast of James Franco. Because it seemed like a bunch of friends who... There's no damage at the end of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was a very close-knit group of friends. Again, you'll notice though that was a few years ago, so the subject was like, they would never do those jokes now. Because like 80% of those jokes were Franco, you're so gay. Like 80% of those jokes. Usme Aziz ka bahut acha set tha, where Aziz came and sort of countered all of that shit.
Yeah.
Like just because a man likes to take a shower, you think he's gay and all that. So Aziz had a nice, he played that role in that. So, but the feel of that roast was great. I remember the feel was great.
Yeah. Sonak Barman and Vaibhav Chawla is talking about Vipul roast. Yeah, again, we can. So when the Delhi takeover happened, it effectively became a Vipul roast only, where Vipul was just roasting everyone, which was.
Fuck, that must have been harsh.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
But
trust me, I got some messages.
Vipul can be quite scathing. Yeah.
Sorabh, I haven't watched the Delhi takeover. I've heard a lot of good things about it, but I feel like I've heard a story where you had to take it down and then upload a censored version. Is that true?
Yeah, very much, dude.
Oh, what happened?
Because I think this is right at the start of a lot of comedians hadn't done YouTube lives, right? So everybody was like meeting all these comedians after 3-4 months. So they were like, "Arey, ye mahol to matlab aisa lag raha hai jaise hum log green room mein." So a lot of the shit that was said was, "You're like, dude, this is in the public. Like this video's been watched like by 1 million plus people. You can't say this stuff." And also there was a lot of stuff where you're like, you'll just get into trouble. So and it was, by the way, I don't want people to get into trouble. Yeah.
Dude, please give the unlisted link of the uncensored version.
I'll send it to you.
Even I want to watch it.
Side of it.
Yeah,
but I don't know
man.
I mean, I can WhatsApp you what the jokes were. It was. It was actually stuff that would get the comedian who said it into trouble more than anything else.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want your career to end because of YouTube live. And that, by the way,
No
we've done
trouble for you?
that. Sorry?
No trouble for you, but
I mean, you never know. So you can't predict.
Yeah,
You never know.
Shakya would know that you never know these things.
silent
you can't predict. You
spectator
can't predict
sort of
this
fun.
Yeah, because literally
Platform enabler.
Yeah, and it's literally like, hey, you laughed, so you condoned.
Yeah.
Which is like, I mean,
It's true,
sometimes
though, in a
that's true. But sometimes it's also the discomfort, right? Where you're like, there's various types of laughter.
Yeah, it's not like you can vanish in the middle of a joke.
Yeah. Yeah,
you
totally. That's not funny, yeah.
Just imagine if you're that guy in a room filled with comedians, everyone's saying shit, and you don't probably agree with it. So you're like, is that funny? Is that funny? Delhi comic? We never do that in Bombay. And no one wants that, but they expect that from you. Yeah.
But and that's not the first episode that we had to edit, by the way. There's been like 4 or 5, and it's been literally stuff where people have told me that, hey, can you remove this bit?
You know that when you, I think in the beginning of the lockdown is when you put out that why EIC broke up video, na?
Yeah.
कैसा clickbait कर रहा था Saurabh?
Oh, wow, that was a lot of people were like, listen, watch this, it's serious, can you forward to this part and watch this part and all, and people were sending the link with the time to watch.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's so fun, dude.
Very good, dude. What acting? Oof. It was best.
Dude, it was one of my favorite because I knew that it had gone serious when Biswa called me like, "Bhai, tu kya kiya yaar?" he's like, "Tu janta hai, आधे लोग को समझ में नहीं आएगा क्या कर रहा है तू?" I'm like, "Oh shit, are you serious?" My favorite was Angad's dad. Angad's dad is one of the sweetest men and very supportive gentleman. He's of all of us. He's a very kind and this thing. And in the comments, I think one of his first few comments was like, "Beta, this is not the place to talk about these kind of things." And my mom also took it seriously, where she's like, "Sorabh, I expected better from you." And then, one part of me is like, "Oh, I should take it down." And the other part of me is like, this discomfort is making it funnier for me.
Yeah.
People are not understanding the joke. Yeah.
Dude,
so funny.
Dude, it was so funny. And to be honest, I couldn't tell. I had to keep opening everybody's Instagram to make sure it was a joke, which is what made it even funnier.
I completely forgot about it. This is great fun. I had Atul, and so the fallback of that was you also realize how psychotic some people are, right? Where people are just waiting for a provocation to hate whoever, right? So basically, what happened was that I released that video, and then Sahil released a video, and then Atul released a video with, let's just say, horrible acting. Right? It was like one of the worst acting performances. They're like, "Beta, and I'm like, dude, Atul, we are trying to undersell it. That's the joke." So I had fans of mine telling Atul to go fuck himself. Then I had fans of Sahil telling me to go fuck myself. And that whole thing. And I was like, you guys didn't see the full videos of either of them, because it's obviously a joke, and also the trigger happiness of people is amazing to me. It's great.
And it was the hashtag justice for Takla, na? That is
Yeah.
Was it from there? Yeah.
That was where it was from. By the way, I'm getting requests. Manusij Basu has given a super chat saying, "Can I please get the unlisted version of Delhi Takeover 2, please? Pretty please." 100 रुपए में मैं नहीं देगा. बहुत कम है.
हाँ, तू बेल का फीस और लॉयर का फीस सुपर चैट में डाल, फिर मिलेगा.
We also have Balu Bhaiya, who's given $5 in super chat. Thanks a lot, man. And he has very, very weird complaint to Ashish. Ashish, दीवार के left में एक photo टेढ़ा है.
I saw that chat. I don't know which one. Oh, ये वाला है क्या?
तेरा
left
We can't baro. Be uncomfortable now.
What a great response. तू गाड़ मारा.
It's more to fix it.
Yeah, I can fix it. I think it's this one. I think I can fix it.
Is that Tushar Abhichandani in it?
He's in one of these.
Yeah.
So either
I mean, it's a easy guess. To say that Tushar Abhichandani is in one of them.
Yeah.
But What the hell was I going to ask you? Yeah, so AK Anil Kapoor, dude. So we were talking about Anil Kapoor earlier, and I had a story about Anil Kapoor. So I'm sure you guys have all done these kind of shows. I was doing a show for Epic Channel. Epic Channel was launching, and Epic had some great shows and genuinely interesting content. So they called me to host and do stand-up, right? So it was all these Bollywood stars and blah blah blah. And I think Anurag Basu or whoever was directing one of the shows and whatever. So I do the hosting, and it's like theek thak, and then Anurag Basu comes on, and all the actors are like, Anurag, you're great, you're the best. Anurag is amazing, and Anurag sir, please give me a chance. And it's everybody going like, Anurag Basu is great, which is right. And he leaves, and people are like, Epic Channel is launched, and then I'm like, all right, announcing your comedian for today, me. Okay, and here's what happens, which I've never seen this happen in any show in my life. Okay, so everybody's facing the stage. Okay, Anil Kapoor is the first face I see in the third row. Okay, and everybody just turns. Right, everybody, like as soon as time was at, everybody's turned, and I'm like, this first of all, like from purely physics POV, if you're talking to the other person, somebody needs to be looking at me, like you're standing in the reverse direction. Everybody's like back to each other.
Wow.
I'm like, so I did, and I have a very simple rule where I'm like, until the organizer tells me to leave, I am not fucking leaving. Like if you told me 20, I'm like, I will do 21, and if you don't like it, I'll do 30, right? Which is my running joke always, where I'm like, I will torture you because you don't like me. There were some people being supportive and blah, blah, blah. And it took me so many years to realize that obviously they would do that. Because they are not there to see me. They're there to fucking network. And then in the middle, there's some jackass who we've never fucking heard of doing stand-up.
Talking about his thoughts and feelings and things he has seen. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
And
so that's my one memory of Anil Kapoor. Just Anil Kapoor looking at my face and going like, nahi chahiye. And I'm like, shit. It took me 3 years to reconcile with the fact that he was probably right.
That's exactly the same POV of the teleprompter on the Netflix show.
That was cold though, but I don't think it could have been any comedian, back in the day. Like, unless मतलब Chris Rock भी आता तो शायद इतना ध्यान नहीं देता. Maybe I don't know.
नहीं देता
उसको इतना भाव नहीं देता.
But you realize later that it's such a weird scenario. What about you guys, like Raunaq and Jeeya? Have you guys had weird celebrity interactions?
I have met Anil Kapoor as well.
Yeah?
Yeah, I used to work at Percept as a talent manager. And this was around 10 years ago. And Anil Kapoor was reading the script for Slumdog Millionaire.
Oh, nice.
And we had gone to ask him to sign on at Percept, and he read the script for us. He said,
wow.
His daughter Riya had recommended Danny Boyle. Danny Boyle, no?
Danny Boyle.
Yeah. Had recommended Danny Boyle to this one, Anil Kapoor, and that is why he was. And he read the script for us.
Like he auditioned for you.
Yeah, he auditioned for us. Yeah, exactly, dude.
What was your opinion of the movie when you watched him do it? What did you?
Yeah, that's cool.
Was it as good as the movie?
Dude, I was like, अरे मेरे को ये सब dialogue उसने मेरे को खुद सुनाया. Yeah, I approved it. I was like, हाँ तू
वाह, तूने अनिल कपूर का open mic लिया. वाह, तू कब से?
Amazing, dude.
One second, I'm not understanding. So the Slumdog Millionaire script was written, and Anil Kapoor came in to read it for you guys.
No. We went to his office to sign him as an artist. And you know how Shakya said that he's that guy, they come with that, and he was still that when he's out of miracle script, and then he read.
First of all, great Anil Kapoor impersonation. I think that there have been many across the years, but that was the best. Yeah.
It's also nice that he was reading the Slumdog Millionaire and not one like Deewana Mastana or like some random ass like picture, because Slumdog में script था. बाकी picture में वो क्या explain करेगा?
One second. So Anil Kapoor came in, and then Riya said that we should get Danny Boyle to direct.
No. So Anil Kapoor did that movie because Riya, his daughter, recommended and said this Danny Boyle is amazing.
Said Danny Boyle legit.
Okay. Yeah, he's legit. Yeah.
Guys,
sold it to him like UK ka Subhash Ghai hai. Now I will read.
Raunaq, you were saying something, yeah.
I have an Anil Kapoor story too. So I was in Jai Hind, and this was like some special thing was happening. There was like a week when only celebrities were coming. Okay. And I remember 2-3 like TV actors were there, and then like the third day we had like Chetan Bhagat, and I remember I distinctly remember seeing the Chetan Bhagat zip was open, but no one knew how to tell him.
Hey, was he 5 point someone?
Is my internet here?
6.1 inch.
Is my internet here?
Yeah, your internet.
Your internet is absolutely shit, but go for
Fuck.
it.
Yeah.
My
It's
internet's
okay, we can
bad.
hear you. The best
Guys,
part
my
of you we can
internet's
hear.
bad.
Yeah.
Hey.
But I've always been a fan of Anil
Hey.
Kapoor. Okay, he's my favorite actor.
Really? Your favorite actor? You
Yeah,
go that far?
dude. Roop Ki Rani Choro Ka Raja was my favorite movie.
3 लोग ने देखा वो पिक्चर.
Dude, मैंने 4 बार देखा. देखा. I still remember the songs. Dude, that was my favorite movie.
Roop Ki Rani
That's
Choro
cool.
Ka.
Full honest.
Dude, Roop Ki Rani Choro Ka Raja, it was mostly a comedy, right? That was the thing.
It was, dude, it was historically, from back in the day, it was historically one of the biggest flops the industry had seen. It was quite a big hit. I'm not even an asshole. Like, legit, it was like quite a big hit to the Boni and Kapoor and whoever produced it. It was quite like, it was a big deal back.
What a film, dude. What a film. I really liked it.
There's so many movies released in the 90s, like I mean, Andaz Apna obviously very good example. Dude, one movie which I keep talking about, which I absolutely loved recently, was a movie called Matru Ki Bijli Ka Mandola.
It's fun.
I've seen it in the cinema.
It's fun. Yeah,
Oh, dude, it's great fun. I really enjoyed it. But Raunaq, you tell us your Jai Hind story. We're meeting Anil Kapoor in Jai Hind.
Yo, I'm back.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, you're back.
I wasn't sure because I was like, these guys can't see me, so I was texting.
I'm
Manav.
glad
Okay,
you
cool.
realize you're back. नहीं तो ऐसा हगने बैठ जाता सबके सामने फिर से. Camera.
Hey guys, I think 1 hour into the conversation went. Okay. So on the last day, it was like a Friday, and like everyone was like, "Oh, who's going to be the last celebrity?" And I was walking in the Jai Hind lane, and I saw Anil Kapoor, and I asked him for a picture, and it was this guy, who I later on found out was not Anil Kapoor.
Oh, it was what's his name? Rai. His name is Rais or something like Rakib. ऐसा कुछ तो नाम है उसका.
He was somebody's driver. He was some rich person's driver. And I just went over and took a picture with him. And after taking the picture, I realized it's not even Anil Kapoor. So I just put it up. Put it up telling all my friends I have a picture with Anil Kapoor.
That's so wait, it's not even Anil Kapoor's duplicate who was there for like some shit. It's
No,
just
he's this guy who works as a driver somewhere in Carter Road for some very wealthy family.
What?
And they happen to be there. And he knows that he kind of looks like Anil Kapoor. So he's got like, he can do like a jackass for fun. That's it. Okay? But that's my Anil Kapoor story.
Dude, it's so funny that there are 2 people in that photo and you are still the more famous one in that photo. तू celebrity सोच के लिया लेकिन तू celebrity से ज़्यादा famous निकला. क्या funny.
Dude, you should put that photograph up and tag Anil Kapoor, and then you'll become famous in Anil Kapoor's house.
Yeah.
But dude, I'm surprised that they didn't do this more often way back in the 80s and 90s. I'm sure somebody did. I'm sure there's some story of a celebrity who got a doppelganger, who's a professional doppelganger, to go cut a ribbon for them in like Bhopal. Because उस time पे क्या बस photo होता था, there was no internet. You couldn't fucking clarify if this was like Helen or not Helen.
Yeah.
You could. I'm sure there's a story of somebody who fucking did that.
To be fair, if you saw Helen like in Bandra, it would take you 5 seconds to recognize. It's not the most obvious one. Wow, you went to Helen. Wow, Sorabh. Wow, your generational awareness was like, you went from Bollywood stars to Helen. Matlab, oh my God.
But 80s, no, I'm talking about 80s. That's why. See, this is my generational awareness. Yeah.
Saddam Hussein ये काम करता था, but वो भोपाल नहीं बेचता था अपने doppelganger.
Dude, imagine going to Saddam Hussein for a selfie. The guy gets blown up.
Yeah.
It's so many like he had what 11 doppelgangers, right? Saddam Hussein.
Something like that, 8 to 10, like very huge.
Imagine getting Me Too'd because of something your doppelganger did. Imagine that.
Dude, this was the plot of like all these double role Judwa type movie. यही तो होता था. You know, Judwa. एक normal Salman Khan and दूसरा Salman Khan ऐसा ass पे हाथ मारता है. Like,
dude, there's so many of these movies that you watch now and you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Dude, but these doppelgangers that he mentioned, I remember you've seen all of them. You've seen the Devanand guy.
Yeah.
You've seen the Shah Rukh guy who is stuck in Shah Rukh mode from 92. Like शाहरुख खान पूरा
Yeah.
change हो गया, लेकिन ये आदमी अभी भी mullet लेके घूम रहा है. You've seen all of, और कौन सा Anil Kapoor you've seen? We used them in Royal Turds once. The first show of Royal Turds,
I
which was like
remember,
a
Really?
Bollywood
Yeah, it was damn funny.
spoof award show. So Liberty Theatre में हो रहा था. So apart from the stand-up, we wanted like other elements when the crowd comes in, like other things that they can photograph and hang out with and all. So all our ushers were like these duplicates. So like Devanand is showing you to your seat and all.
Oh,
That's for
hilarious.
Bakchodi. It was great fun. It's great fun.
Man.
Sweet guys.
I remember because you guys did that and we were doing the ghantas at the time. And then Sapan Verma, whose response to any EIC meeting was like, AIB did this. Is like every introductory thing was like, dude, AIB did this. What do we do? I'm like, we can do our thing also. He's like, no, but AIB did this. Like, AIB did this.
Yeah, we also did ghantas. I was on the ghantas. Wait, were you there?
First
No,
draft.
it
We
was-
did the first draft.
Yeah,
The
it
one
was
with-
Karan Talwar,
Grover.
and yeah, sorry.
Aditi, yeah.
Yeah.
CPA.
Yeah.
No.
Saurabh,
NCP की औकात नहीं
I
थी.
joined EIC. I joined
छोटा
EIC
सा
as a
बात
writer
था.
long after you left. And
Huh.
every fucking writing meeting was, fuck, AIB's already done this. Guys, change the topic. Let's pitch another idea.
Hey, but now recently Netflix did a thing where it was like, hey, EIC has already done this. I saw
What is
some-
it?
Really, what?
I saw something
What,
going
Vicky
around.
Sorabh?
Azim के कुछ
Vicky
तो
Sorabh.
New Year
Sorabh.
sketch था. कुछ तो New Year sketch था. Yeah, Azim was silent.
Oh, I wrote that.
वो
Yeah.
तूने देखा नहीं उसका
Yeah.
inspired version बन गया कुछ.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay, it's fine.
That the year representation thing.
Some,
that one.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But that's a bit that's been like, I mean, the representation of an inanimate /
As a
conceptual
thing.
object
Yeah.
as a thing.
You could argue, but I didn't go into it. I just saw a couple of stories, so I was like, what's happening? I didn't.
But
compare.
talking about this doppelganger thing, I went for a match in Hyderabad, a cricket match in Hyderabad in the IPL. And so I had my French beard and I had my 2 earrings and shit like that, fully shaved. And I met Lasit Malinga, right?
Nice.
The Lasit Malinga doppelganger, right?
Oh.
Now, so what happens is that most doppelgangers at least attempt, like they'll say jhakas, right? Or they'll say, Aila, tuja, Aila, whatever, something they'll say. The Lasit Malinga guy has no idea how Lasit Malinga speaks, okay? So this is Maharashtrian dude like, hey, मैं उधर गया है, supposed to be Malinga. He's like, क्या bowling डाल रहे हैं? This is not how Malinga talks. Great moment. By the way, I have to ask you 3. None of you watch cricket, right? Okay.
No, man.
But-
But you started with something great that happened yesterday. If you want to
You
talk
can
about
still
that.
tell us about cricket things. We'll react.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, dude, it
we're
was
not
great
like
yesterday,
we're
man.
aware, but हाँ
Yeah.
कल कुछ amazing हुआ ना मैं देखा.
Oh, dude, बहुत मजा आया यार. So it was a test match. India needed 406 to win. So everybody was like, कुछ chance नहीं है. India call it टट्टी टीम है. क्यों खेल रहे हैं? Australia क्यों गए, etc. And Rishabh Pant को निकालना चाहिए. And then Rishabh Pant scored 97. And there's a point where India was 135 away from winning. And Hanuma Vihari came in, who had a torn hamstring. Ashwin, who had a back that was paining.
Yeah.
Ravindra Jadeja, who had fractured his hand. Rishabh Pant, who earlier in the test match has apparently got a scare for his arm. And Jasprit Bumrah, who apparently has a niggle in his something, whatever. So essentially, it was a team with 5 out of 11
What
players.
is that?
Something, I don't know, growing, I don't know. I didn't want to say growing, but
Okay.
I don't want to say
It's like a liggy. It's like a liggy.
Yeah, So India first almost had a chance to win the test match. Then Rishabh Pant got out, so those chances went. And then Hanuma Vihari got injured. And then you have no chance, and the Indian tail is this thing. And they batted for an entire session. Hanuma Vihari with a broken, with an injured hamstring, and Ashwin with his bad back batted an entire 40 overs by themselves to save a test match against Australia in Australia, which is unheard of.
And
And
these are what
Australia-
number 7, number 8. What are they?
Yeah, number 7, number 8. They were,
Fuck,
yeah.
that's amazing.
Technically,
No.
number 6 and number 7 yesterday. Yeah.
But that's I didn't watch it, but I appreciate this as somebody who watched it in the 90s and has given
dude.
Steve Waug's team so much galis, but also fucking what a god level team that was.
Oh, dude, but
Yeah,
this team,
I
right? This
totally
team
appreciate this. Crazy.
This team has guts, man. Like you're really like if you're a cricket
Yeah, yeah.
fan, right? It's
Yeah.
like watching. It's essentially like watching Bill Burr heckle a crowd of 10,000. Right, like that's what makes fans. It's you see the shit and you're like, oh my god, dude, I am into Ashwin, Jadeja, Pant, Pujara, Vihari for perpetuity because of the way they did it yesterday. So it was, and also the Australians were so far for the last year since that whole sandpaper gate and all that shit. Australia has become a team where they were like, hey, we need to rebrand Australian cricket. Because we can't be the same like fucking people who are like putting sandpaper in our pockets after scratching the ball and all that shit. And yesterday you could see glimpses of the old Australia coming because they're getting so frustrated. The captain, Tim Payne, okay, who's the captain, he's a wicket keeper. So he's keeping and Ashwin was batting and Tim Payne was getting frustrated. And the next match is in Gabba where Australia has a great record and India has a terrible record. So Tim Payne said that can't wait for Gabba, mate. And Ashwin said, can't wait for you to come to India because that'll be your last series. Right? And then Tim Payne said, at least my teammates like me, you dickhead. And I'm like, yeah.
देखो जब लैंड पे बात पहुंच गई है तो I think Ashwin has won the debate.
So I was like, this is great, dude. And they were random people, just unnecessary throws on the batsman. The batsman got hit 3 times by attempted runouts. It was great.
Is that illegal in the game though? Is that illegal calling someone dickhead on field?
No, I mean, nothing is illegal. He'll just probably get and again, it depends on if Ashwin complains and if anyone gives a shit. I don't think, because Tim Payne's actually been a pretty good captain throughout. Is like probably the second time you've seen him lose his shit. And also Rishabh Pant dropped 2 matches in the first day. And then all the tweets are like, Rishabh Pant tatti hai, uski haath kaat do, Then, so yesterday, Tim Payne dropped 3 catches. Arguably like one of the best keepers in the world. So people are like, oh, so it's great. It's just excitement to the max this test, man. So
always love it when the Indian team gives it to the Aussies. It's just that old trauma. I'm like, very good. बहुत hard team in Australia.
बहुत मजा आया मेरे को.
What was the someone abused someone also, na? Someone abused the Indian team or something.
Yeah, there was a story which we don't know what they said, but Mohammad Siraj and Jasprit Bumrah were fielding at the boundary and there were a bunch of drunk Australians. Nobody knows what they said. There was this thing that earlier in an earlier test match, they had been called monkeys. And the rumor is that this is unclarified, is that somebody called them brown dogs. But there's no clarification. There's no actual proof so far of the fact that this happened. Again, now the thing is that as soon as the story broke out, you're like, yaar, kisi ke paas to video hoga ye hone ka. It's not possible in the modern era that there is no video. And so somebody put a video saying at 0.3 seconds between the crowd, you can hear the term brown dog. And I heard that video 9 times and I can't hear shit. So you don't know. But yeah, they got racially abused and I mean, racially, I don't know what was said. So nobody knows yet. So, they've not said in public because I think they don't want to give like future Australian fans ideas.
But as an Aussie, they don't like. I think they know what they have to say.
Yeah. But dude, Indian cricket fans are way worse, dude. We are way worse. We are going on and on. We are horrible, dude.
Yeah. Our only defense is that we were once the colonized, which is not a great defense because we used it against black people. So that's not the best one. But
do you guys know the story of Darren Sammy in the IPL?
This जो अभी बोल रहा था.
नहीं, ये पुरानी कहानी है.
The statements that came out earlier this year, right?
Yeah, about
when Darren Sammy
I remember that.
Darren Sammy, Hassan Minhaj?
Hassan Minhaj said when during Black Lives Matter was like, listen, we Asians also have casual racism. We say Kalu and that's not cool. And Darren Sammy watched that and he was like, what the fuck? These guys used to call me Kalu. And I was okay with it.
That's how it worked. Correct. Yeah, but that was the kind of events. Yeah.
Also because they told him that it means stallion. That was the more fucked up part. So every time they put him in a video saying with Kalu, he would in his head he's like, oh, I'm a stallion, and then he's like, no.
So काफी dumb fuck अपना जनता.
Hey, but okay, so Jeeya, I'd love for you to like. Do you think that in these kind of situations, right? So I mean, and this is just an overall example, right? So the Darren Sammy versus the IPL team Sunrisers Hyderabad, they said that they've apparently sorted it out, right? Is that's fine, right?
What?
I'm saying that, like we've reached a point with the internet where it's like not only do we want an apology, we want careers to end.
Okay. No, so I'll tell you what, but we're also learning.
Yeah.
We're learning, we're being educated. If you do it again, then you're stupid. But if you're not going to do it again and you learn from that was wrong.
But But here's the thing. Okay, so Ishant Sharma was his name, right? Who said it?
Yeah.
So they found like an old 2012 ka Instagram photo saying, "With my boy Kalu, I
Yeah.
love you, bro," etc., etc. Right? And that became like the algorithm fucking pushed a 2012 ka photo to everybody. Okay. So here's the thing. Now he might not. He might be able to empathize with the situation because this guy seems to be his real friend. But what if he just does not say it now because he knows that he can't say it, but still thinks it? That's
But
Still-
I
something
think,
you can't
okay,
do
so
it.
if they are real friends, right, he'll always be Kalu for him because they're real friends, right?
That's
Yeah,
still better,
maybe.
Ronak. That's still better than saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
as
true.
because let's not pretend that people are nice in their heads, and nobody
Yeah.
even needs or expects the whole world to be nice in their heads. It's just that when everyone lives in the same planet, just don't say it. Just andar rakh lo.
Yeah.
Tu ghar jaake bol.
No,
If
no.
you
So
have
I'm
to.
saying,
If you have to.
I'm saying the people who want careers to end use that as the reasoning, right? Like, in the sense that like
I mean, but that's
if he said it once,
yeah. But that's I think a function of also the internet where everything is just so easy. Everything is just ईशान शर्मा ने ये बोला तो वो खेलेगा नहीं. अरे नहीं मतलब चूते नहीं वो ईशान शर्मा क्रिकेट छोड़ देगा अभी. No, he can just learn this aspect and continue bowling. Like he
Yeah,
doesn't need
yeah.
to stop playing. It's not. Has to
Did
be
he
some
have an
sense
apology?
of proportion and balance. होगा
Yeah.
कुछ. होगा कुछ. Also, to be
Hoega.
fair,
I'm sure
again,
hoega.
Ishan Sharma also, where does Ishan Sharma come from? He comes from us. And he's saying the same thing that most
Yeah,
Indians say. Is it that he's famous? But most
Yeah,
Indians
yeah.
have
Oh,
grown
for
up
sure.
saying this. तो उनको नहीं है idea. So
I had a conversation about this with Karunesh once, right? And I've gone to see matches at Wankhede. Have you guys been to see matches? Yeah.
yeah, we are horrible.
Yeah, I have.
Dude, and like including me, by the way, I was in the crowd as a 19-year-old and just saying some crazy ass shit to all sorts of players. And I was like, yeah, ये तो माहौल है, इसीलिए तो हम जाते हैं मैच को लोगों को insult करने के लिए. And Karunesh like, dude, this is like a heckler who you can't silence in your show, but it's multiplied by 400.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
it's basically me going to somebody's workplace and fucking them over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, there are chants and jokes, and there are
Yeah.
racist chants and jokes, and
Yeah.
and of course the fact that the cheerleader thing is तो एकदम separate.
Yeah.
वहाँ पे जाली लगा रखा है, जाली लगा रखा है,
Yeah.
क्योंकि have you seen our guys near a white woman cheerleader? Oh my god, मैं 2012 वाले IPL में गया था वानखेड़े में. Oh my god, it's just like madam, hey,
Yeah,
hey,
I
it's
saw this
just
too
that.
in 2012.
It's
Yeah,
just that. It's the
Gross.
worst thing.
Monkeys outside the zoo.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
yeah.
but literally, the monkeys outside the zoo is literally. So you know what they did eventually. So one of the things that was happening was that okay, the first level, okay, is that you're trying to get her attention, right? Now she's like, just I don't want to give like 12,000 of you attention. So
Yeah.
then the next level, what is it? You start throwing things at her.
हाँ.
So one of the things that started happening in the IPL was that fans were throwing garbage on the cheerleaders till a point
Oh,
they had to
no.
surround the entire area with a net.
Yeah.
And so
yeah,
literally they're garbage being thrown at the cheerleader. After a point, you're like, you can understand why they had to tone down what they were wearing because of these psychos out there, like just losing their mind, who've never seen, who've literally never seen a woman in a skirt close up.
फट गया था उनका.
Have they
फट
stopped?
गया था.
Have they removed the cheerleaders?
They've stopped doing it.
Yeah,
They've stopped
because of this only, na. Because men, but a lot of people miss the cheerleaders. A lot of people are like, "Arey, wo cheerleaders."
No, I think
But
they're still
also
there. I
in
don't know,
general, it
I
has some
forgot.
sexist connotation, so they stopped doing it in general.
Oh no, they started having the squads where it was like there was one guy and two girls, which was fun. It was like
Yeah, they mixed it up.
Okay.
They were trying to mix it up just for, and also this is the thing, right? Where as the weird brain, right, of somebody who's not interacted enough with women is like, "Arey, wo to uske saath hai." Like there is that perception.
Oh no, मेरा chance गया.
Yeah.
Damn it. मैं माँ को बोला था कि मैं Russian
ये
दुल्हन
polygamy
लेके
चालू है
आऊंगा.
इनका. There is 100% there is that, because there is something to it, dude. There was a cheerleader who so cheerleaders were barred from saying stuff to the media, and then they used to have IPL parties and shit like that initially, and then they had to cancel all of it because
Yeah.
and again no, this is where I find
You guys are going
I
to come
find-
back in a second.
yeah. I find some immaturity even from authorities, right? Now, okay, there was apparently stories of cheerleaders sleeping with cricketers, vice versa, whatever. And to prevent that, one of the reasons was to prevent that from happening. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
They're fucking adults. Like, why can't they sleep with each other if they want? I don't understand what the big problem here is.
It's because, I mean, lots of reasons, but I think one must have been just image control.
Or is it misuse of power? Is that what it is?
There is all of that. I don't know if the BCCI is thinking of all of that. At the very core, as an institution, as a brand, you're thinking of image control because, man, it's very weird being like that level of celebrity, right? Cricketer, film star, where kids look up to you. It's just another level of mindfuck. तुम कुछ नहीं कर सकते. So for your image to be tarnished even a little bit, like Janta doesn't believe that a married cricketer could cheat on his wife and sleep with a cheerleader, which happens. I'm sure it's happened in the past. I'm sure it still happens. Even single cricketers, for that matter. We can't talk about a cricketer
sleeps with married cricketers. Yeah, single
having
cricketers sleep
sex
with married cricketers all the time.
Also, all the time. So what you said is true. The balance of power and all of that. But for the BCCI, it's also just, I mean, image. Because then advertising comes in. So, 50 cheez hai. So a lot of it just comes down to that essentially.
By the way, Shubham Bhatti has said about this Australian thing, the Australians saying racist thing. Sad Indian fans weren't there, otherwise nobody had the balls to abuse our players.
They have the balls. Have you met drunk Aussies? They are just balls. That's all of them, and sometimes they're funny.
By the way, Akshay Nathu is here to defend Jeeya, where he said she said in one of her shows she hates people discussing cricket. Poor thing. About Jeeya.
I hate cricket.
Okay, let's go.
Cricket chhod gaya. I really hate it.
But why do you hate cricket?
I've seen one live match and it's damn boring, dude. It's a very slow game.
कौन सा देखा? No, I broadly agree with you, but कौन सा देखा?
I saw one in Aurangabad once.
हाँ.
I don't remember detail. I'm not into
like a 50 over, not a T20, like a full 50 over.
Yeah,
it
was like a long. Yeah. I think I spent 1 hour in that stadium and fucked off.
Yeah, that's too much.
But if you're watching a test match or a 50 over match, I can imagine that. Like, I think that's why like the entry point for most people right now is T20 cricket because it's ridiculous.
But it's on the field also, they talk to themselves too much. Play cricket. What are you all chit-chatting?
Yeah,
and watching the live is so boring. On TV, you don't realize that they're wasting so much time. But in real life, you can see, arey 10 minutes se baat hi chal raha hai.
I agree with Jeeya. I at some point I used to be hardcore cricket fan, as any boy in India would be when you're young. At some point, attention just dropped. Like, I don't know what. Just other things became more fun. Chala gaya. बहुत कम देखता हूँ.
I think I can focus on a cricket match if I'm just watching from the second innings because I'm like, okay, now I know where it's going.
Yeah,
they have to
वो भी पूरा second inning, like last का 5 over, like things like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but that's the case for like any sport, right? Like I would watch Nadal versus Federer like 5 minutes के लिए, फिर मैं गया कुछ करने के लिए, फिर वापस आया और फिर last set.
I mean, that's because we are not sports fans. Yeah.
Oh, I love sports, dude.
Then
I don't watch any sport.
Why don't you watch the whole thing?
Yeah.
Because my dad starts commentating. No. Actually, it's the reverse. So I will start having conversations with my dad, and he's like, because he wants to concentrate. Because my dad plays tennis, and my dad is like at his age still way fitter than I am. And he's like, he's observing. He's like, slice kaise mara aur fir ye drop shot and all that stuff. Actually, that's not true. I'm just making anything up to get the story going. There is no defense.
There is no defense.
Yeah. My dad is actually great fun to watch sports with, dude. Like, because he watches every sport. He's aware of golf. He's aware of tennis. He's aware of table tennis, badminton, everything. So I think if you grew up in a household where people are watching sports a lot, you get obsessed with it. Like, I used to watch a lot of cricket as a kid. And so I understand, and I still don't understand most of it, but the nuance of it, right? Like, because cricket is arguably the only sport with, especially a test match with so many dimensions across 5 days.
Correct.
It depends on the pitch, depends on the ball, depends on the wind, depends on the heat, depends on the cloud cover, depends on what kind of bat you're using. It's fucking ridiculous.
That's what irritated me about cricket at some point. कि खेलना में जितना ball का shine and soil का pH, अरे bench. But just to add on to what you're saying, like sports also me like zero, not my thing. But if you package it and put in a nice documentary, I will watch the fuck out of it. Like I have watched so many football documentaries. I finished that F1 Drive to Survive on Netflix. Now I'm getting into basketball. तो मैं भर के basketball देख रहा हूँ. बहुत मजा आता है. But cannot watch.
Space Jam is a great documentary.
Yeah, great documentary. They're making one more. LeBron is making it now. You know this, right?
Yeah, they're making
Space Jam
another
too.
Raunaq, you were into basketball. No?
No, nothing. I never watched any sports as a kid.
In my house, they would play.
I watched like cricket. I know cricket because like I would try to like my dad watches cricket, so I would be like, hey dad, look at me also. So I would watch it when I was a kid.
And
but
then
my
you would
dad
have
was like,
issues
please
with
don't
him.
fuck it. Yeah. And then my dad was like, please get out. Because like for my dad it was like my alone time.
Yeah, fair. I mean, you know,
yeah.
I'm on his side.
By the way, Raunaq, this connects to what you said earlier about Shrija, where Pratyaksh Pradeep says cricket is good for daddy issues, unites a father and son.
Yeah.
In my house, we watched football, WWF, and billiards.
Billiards.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Wow.
you all
That's
know.
quite a mix.
Right? Because they eat sushi.
So they have to watch. It's not even pool.
Yeah.
It's not even pool. Billiards.
Billiards. Yeah. Geet Sethi,
class
we would sit and watch Geet Sethi making those shots and all.
कुछ
That
रिश्ता
was
है क्या?
very.
Is he related to you?
Are you
No,
related?
no,
Geet
no.
Sethi?
No.
This is such a YouTube comment question.
Both of us. And are you related?
You know, to be honest, she would have mentioned it first. She would have said,
Yeah,
Geet Sethi is my
yeah.
cousin, so we watch it.
Yeah.
But you used to watch billiards. I've tried watching billiards a bunch of times, and I think it's the same. Now I can understand not you guys not enjoying cricket because I don't know the nuances of billiards, and I just get like. Do you still watch billiards with like a true fan's eyes?
No, now I don't watch billiards. No, now I don't watch billiards anymore.
But that's the thing, like Sorabh, if you understand cricket, if you're watching any sport with somebody who understands it, like even a basic, like, okay, why are they playing this offense? Why is the defender here and not here? Why is he cutting across the basket like this? Like if you understand those basics even a little bit, man, it becomes spectacular to watch. And
Yeah.
you're just fascinated.
Which is why I it's too late. I mean, I'm still trying to get into the EPL, but it's like getting in on the 84th season of a show. Where after a point, you're like, I don't fucking walk alone. Yeah, you walk alone only. I don't want to come. Like, I fucking don't. I don't know what's happening.
Somewhere Kumar Varun and Rahul Subramanian just exploded.
Azim is sad you didn't mention him.
Alone.
Azim ke liye United chokayega. So please.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Achha, see,
know
I
your
didn't know.
comedian's football allegiance. Come on.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
ये तो सबको पता है.
Okay, we have a super chat coming in from Lumos PR, who says, thank you, Sorabh, for all the episodes with historians. Looking forward to watch more. Yeah, historians are coming up. I think Manu S. Pillai, I'm going to call back for sure. Ramchandra Guha, we've been talking to for a while. So I think that should happen probably in the next month as well.
What are they talking about when they come?
Just generally, we read the books and KV nerds out, and for 10 minutes I've just spent KV going like, I'm a very big fan, I really love your book, these are the books I've read this book also, that book also, and the guy's like, I didn't write that one. He's like, in my head you've written this book. He's really excited.
So this is modern Indian history. Guha,
anything, dude.
Indian.
Well, okay, so Ashish, it's an episode that you should watch and wait for Neville's question at the end.
Okay,
I will never stop mentioning this to everybody who's listening. So
What is it?
You can just tell us now, though. I'll watch it.
So Ramchandra Guha and me and KV are having this like crazy like about emergency and all this and this Indira Gandhi and Vajpayee, blah blah, all this whatever story. And then Neville is like, dude, even I want to come. I'm like, fine, come. So Neville comes and 1.5 hours have gone and Guha is like, I'm going to leave in an hour, and he's stuck around for 1 hour 45 minutes, really having fun. Neville comes, he's like, Guha sir, I had a question for you, okay? So the building I live in, right? So next to me, there's this slum rehabilitation happening. So what do you think about that? Guha's like, what the fuck are you asking me? This is not related to anything. And then Neville is trying to validate his question by saying, no, what I meant was like in 1973. We are like, just because you mention a date, it doesn't make it history. So that is one of Neville's great fails. So now the running joke is each time Neville comes back, he's going to ask each person about something related to property. So we had Anand Krishnan, and his first question was, what is the property rates in Beijing? So
No, the reason I'm asking if you're doing modern Indian history or modern like 20th century history, please call. I will
Oh, sure,
try to
man.
ask
Yeah.
property question. इससे मतलब topic if you're discussing Samudragupta and Maurya मेरे को कुछ नहीं आता तो उसके लिए नहीं.
नहीं पर उसका it's very cash because I think like KV knows everything.
Yeah, KV
and
knows
I know
everything, that's what.
some things, and so and the advantage of having experts is that you ask them any question and they'll connect it to something interesting.
Correct. Yeah.
Because
except for property prices.
I think Goa should have just made shit up. Yeah, in 1973. I remember, you know, Indira Gandhi walking around.
Dude, you know what's funny?
Buying bread.
Neville probably got off the live and he's like, "Chuta, कुछ मालूम तो नहीं था 1973 पूछा तो कुछ नहीं था."
By the way, SNE stream is happening on the side. Just go there and anybody watching, just go there and troll Neville and say, "Hey man, how the property prices in Mumbai?" Please, just go there and troll SNE just for that. Oh, also if you're watching, please like and share and subscribe. My mods are going on and saying that, and I will get abuse from them. They will send me racial abuse if I don't mention. No, my mods are very nice. So please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna ask you guys, Jeeya, let's start with you. What are like as a comedian, right? I was thinking about this yesterday.
That's bad again.
Right
What
from
is
the
with my
start.
internet today?
It's okay. We can see your head and your hair. So since I was 21, I've always been in like some form of entertainment, quote unquote. Either it's writing or whatever it is. And I find that like consuming history, blah blah blah, sort of opens my brain up. What is it that you do to open your mind? You know, does that make sense?
Draw. I don't know. Draw, paint. Like that you're asking, na?
Yeah. Like because I
I
feel
do
like
lots of craft and build things and drawing.
okay. Raunaq is still struggling.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Because like I wanted to do a course in economics because I'm interested in economics. And then I put out, I said on this show that, hey, I want to do a course in economics. And one lady who's an economist, she emailed me saying, don't do the course in economics. She's like, listen, it's all stats and shit you want to understand. Instead, here are 15 books that you should read.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow.
That's a great way to go about it.
Yeah.
What that lady was a what? Incohom. What is that?
Yeah, she was an Incohom. She's an Incohom.
What is
it's
it?
a tribe from Mexico.
Yeah.
There's no statistics.
Dude.
I hate studying, guys. I hate studying, and reading books for me is studying only.
Really?
Right? Yeah. I have books, but I don't read them.
Yeah, man. I didn't grow up reading either. But I'm teaching myself now. I'm trying to teach myself.
But I feel like not just books, but what Sorabh mentioned, that's true though. Like you find yourself stagnating so much as a writer, creator, performer, where you see a premise and like 10 jokes come to mind and they're all like, maza nahi aata. Like you could probably get a laugh on stage, but you're like,
yeah,
it all feels the same. So you have to consciously force yourself to, and I've not been able to do a good job, but just trying to read more, listen to more podcasts, watch more.
Yeah, man.
Like just something. नहीं तो सब तक same trope पे चलेगा यार. Fuck all. Stagnate very quickly.
Raunaq is agreeing very aggressively. What do you have to say, Raunaq?
But I'm sure you feel it,
man,
right? Like after a few years.
Dude, that's the problem, dude. I've been trying to teach myself to read because I wasn't a reader growing up.
Sorabh face. I know what Sorabh is thinking.
My dad only watched cricket. So I didn't fucking try to do it.
The toilet open.
But kitab bhi nahi to bhi chalo. Like for economics, like I would listen to or read one of these pop economics books or listen to like a
Freakonomics is great.
Yeah, like a podcast that breaks it down, and that's good enough. Like I don't need to know stats. That's good enough. Like I've learned something new about the world instead of just the same 5 joke tropes in my head.
Like when I'm interviewing all these experts and stuff like that, right? Like so you want to read their books just so you understand where they're coming from. Right, but you could literally get the same, like, so William Dalrymple, who I've had on the show, I've read like 30 pages of his books, but I've watched so many of his interviews that I know what he's talking about.
What
I listen to his podcast. Sorry?
What does William Dalrymple do?
William Dalrymple is a historian. He was a British guy who basically moved to India way back in the 80s or 70s, I think, and he got very fascinated by Indian culture. I don't know if it was, I don't know if it was like when he started in the UK itself, but so he's been writing about Indian history for a while, and he writes like really hardcore, in-depth books. Like there's a book called Anarchy, which is like his last book that came out, and it's like really in-depth and into basically about how the East India Comedy, I was going to say, East India Company raided India and how much they owe, and it all got into like basically the premise being that the East India
It's so funny now because imagining you, Sapan Sahil, Azim Ankad coming to our shores and making alliances with the kings. Raiding the country.
Dude, but it's so interesting because like, so I was reading Arvind Krishn's book with the China guy, and so literally this about the British coming to China, and the first time they attempted the gateway was not it was not war, right? It was basically so Dalrymple's entire thing was that it's a company. It's the first time in history that a company has invaded a country and basically run a country for all these years. It's a company, right? And so the sort of first step was essentially trade. Now, what the British did was they attempted to do the same thing with China, and China basically said, "Nahi chahiye." That's one of the reasons why the mainland China was not like India.
फिर उन्होंने opium से भर दिया और बोला आप गांड बनाओ. And then China was like, oh, हमारा सब लोग opium addict हो गए. Shits.
Yeah.
See, this is how much history I know.
China opium क्या है ना?
TLDR.
China opium in the chat.
Dude, okay, so I read this book by Sherlock Holmes, right? Which is this guy who had reimagined Sherlock Holmes, and it's basically about him being a massive opium addict. And it's him going to opium dens in like, which apparently became prevalent during the Victorian era, and also in like Hong Kong and shit like that. Was massive. And it's just Sherlock Holmes being stoned out of his mind in an opium den, and everybody's like, "Oh, terrible! What happened?" and blah. And I'm like, "This sounds fun."
There is some audio.
It's Raunaq leaking. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like a Call of Duty, like a mission. Certainly, I can hear like fucking.
Yeah. So would you guys have opium? If it was right now, if there's an opium den in Mumbai, would you go to opium den and hashtag Navika? Please listen.
For legal purposes, I would not go to an opium den, and for otherwise also, it's not a fun drug. I imagine.
What is opium?
I cannot imagine it being fun. Opium and its variants.
What is it?
What is Jeeya? What is opium?
It's grown in like Gujarat and Pakistan also, na? Opium.
No, dude. There is a Sindhi mithai called. No. You gotta hear this. You gotta hear this. It's for real. It's for real. Like okay,
Opium
you ask your Sindhi friends. No. I'm not even like you. You gotta ask your Sindhi friends. Okay. It's called in my family we call it khoya. Okay, different Sindhi families call it different things. Okay, but what they use is opium seeds. It's not opium, and it doesn't make you go high. It's just for warmth. For warmth because we are poppy seeds because we are from the north, right? The north, not Ulhasnagar, Pakistan and shit. We need dates and opium seeds, the poppy seeds to keep ourselves warm. That's like a traditional thing. And, I have a relative who wanted to take it for her daughter in Canada and then got stopped at the airport. Because she was like, are you smuggling drugs? So,
no, it's just where opium comes from.
No, that mathai doesn't get too high.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
It's just,
But even in Simla, so my mom's from Simla, so even there is a Bhaang ka something, I've forgotten what it is. And my Mama ji once ages back, like he came home and nobody knew that he had Bhaang ka pakoras or something like that. And he enters the house, first time ever consumed like drugs essentially. And he was saying, "Man, मैं जा रहा हूँ, मैं निकल रहा हूँ, मेरा हो गया सब, मैं जा रहा हूँ." And his wife got really nervous, like, what the hell happened? And my nani ji at the time saw me like direct. Tu bhang ka pakoda gaya.
Yeah, she's from the hills. She knows what's what.
I think bhang is available in Rajasthan in like places to drink officially, legally.
Yeah. Bhang is available in pan shops in Mumbai.
Yeah. You can buy it.
Only on Holi.
No, dude, you can buy it from anyone for like a 1 rupee
But
thing or
it's
something.
not tasty, nah. It's really bad.
I don't know.
Never-
I'm too scared to have it.
Never had. But
I
opium is you must have seen about the how the Americans and their love for opiates. Oh my God, it is one of the most bizarre things I've seen. How that nation has fallen into that level of drug use, like pharmaceutical opioids. It's crazy.
I still
'Cause-
don't.
Yeah, because
Learn to unlearn says, if any one of you have read about history of medicine, like how state adopted patent chemical drugs and naturopathy and homeopathy and other forms of medicine was dismissed as quackery. I don't even know what this question is, but thanks a lot. We have unlearned your learning. Raghav Bhargav says, a opium is used as medicine sometimes. Okay. Bhang is
अरे
legal. Says,
मेडिसिन तो यार तुम कुछ भी ड्रग्स को मेडिसिन बोल दो.
Yeah.
ऐसा नहीं होता है.
NCD is coming. Some people are
अफीम
saying.
मत करो.
Dude, I did
Isn't-
Bhang once.
isn't-
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, isn't opium tea that thing that that Robert De Niro drinks in the end of Once Upon a Time in America? Isn't that the same thing? Because then the theory was that because he had opium tea, the whole movie was actually a dream. Have you guys watched the movie?
Opium tea.
Saurabh is googling. I don't know. I've not seen this.
Poppy
one, so I don't
seed
know.
tea. Poppy seeds are used to make
Oh.
poppy seed tea. I have no idea. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
even know.
Forget it.
Might be. Sure, whatever you say, man.
Because he was in a Chinese restaurant when he had it, which is when, because Shakya mentioned, and I was like, oh, that's where I have seen it. Maybe that's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah. Grim Fandango says Sherlock Holmes is a coke addict in the stories of Arthur Conan Doyle. Yeah, I said the new ones that were written by Anthony, the guy who wrote, I've completely forgotten. The new version, the basically like the allowed version approved by the estate and all. So that there's a whole bit about opium. Dude, I had Bhang like 3 times, okay, on Holi. And the third time was when I was like, I'm not doing this again. Because I had Bhang and I was in a weird state. And then I had some biryani and one rice got stuck in my throat. And holy fuck, dude, because it exaggerates your certain body parts and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
So it felt like there was a stone stuck in my throat for 1.5 hours. It was, oh my God, dude. I drank like 23 liters of water. I was panicked. It was chaos. It was like, oh, dude. Not doing that again. So, yeah.
It's bad.
Anyway, on that note, guys, talking about Bhang and opioids.
Let's just switch from Bhang and opioids to whatever you're going to switch to.
I have another story for you guys. This is really interesting. So a cabbie had once told me that he had told me that I get the most international. He said, oh, तुम्हें कभी भी चाहिए ना तुम मुझे phone करो. Because सब international drugs मिलता है. And this is like a conversation he's just pushing at me. Okay.
And
So
Raunaq is like, मेरे को तो बस लोअर परेल जाना है अब क्या कर रहे हो?
Yeah. So, but because like I had nothing to do, I started talking to him. He told me that there is like a official place that like an official, like he might be lying. Okay, don't quote me on this. There's like a place that confiscates the drugs at the airport. Okay, with official, like, you know, paid by official salary people that don't know what to do with all the extra drugs after like a month or something. So they give it to these taxi walas and tell them, "Tum log bech do." And
Nice.
And that's like Amsterdam shit for like dirt cheap prices. So that's a drug garage sale tip for you guys.
I don't think that's how it works. Customer वाले ये नहीं कर रहे कि यार हम क्या करें सारा ये लो रमेश टैक्सी वाले को दे देते.
If it's true. So
सर आपको किधर
that's what he
जाना
told
है?
me.
मुझे भांग में जाना है सर. कुछ Amsterdam. Hey, we connect to Amsterdam. Back to Amsterdam eventually. But it's, you know what? It's not unlikely. It's really not unlikely. There's a possibility that some of them might have access.
Yeah.
There's more details to the story that I can't tell you all on the live.
Yeah,
But I don't know when I meet you out again.
fair.
But it seemed kind of legit to me.
Sure.
Mohammed Akib says, which among you is Raunaq?
Yeah, I love that.
I am.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Raunaq. Yeah, that's Raunaq. Cool. We've hit our 2-hour mark, guys. Pratyaksh Pradeep says Ashish looks like NCB undercover. जो खुद high है. That is like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I've never
like-
been called high
This is
one in the
this
afternoon.
is Ashish being a like undercover young guy. देखो guys, मैं पिज्जा खा रहा हूँ.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Dude, that is still one of the funniest fucking memes in the world.
Dude, that show was outstanding. It was one of the best comedies ever made. 30
Okay,
Rock.
the last question I want to ask all three of you, which is to connect to your question, which is what are your top 5 favorite comedy shows? And it could be anything. It could be an animation. It could be in whatever. Like, what are your top 5? Like, which shows which were really fun? Like, okay, I'll tell you mine. Okay, One Punch Man, South Park, Simpsons. I'll just give for legacy because it's still still seminal for whatever. Rick and Morty, all 4 fucking animated. Did I say Rick and Morty already? Yeah, no, I didn't say.
No,
All 4 animated shows, and then 5th would be what? I don't know. Seinfeld, maybe. I don't know. Seinfeld, maybe even 30 Rock. I love Veep, probably. Veep was great.
There's too many. Yeah, but
Yeah.
okay. So 30 Rock.
Yeah.
30 Rock, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like The Good Place and Parks and Rec, I would tie. The Good Place is just beautiful, beautiful. Parks and Rec also, though, are very, very funny. The Office, US. And then, man, like stuff like Veep will come in. It's Veep is one kind of comedy. For legacy, I would say still Friends, just from the point of view of exposure. I know it's whatever, dated now, but just from the point of view of exposure, just from the point of view of like 3 jokes a minute, you know, like the like a lot of them
tight, dude.
Yeah, the writing is damn tight, and a lot of the early seasons, in fact, are like legit funny. So yeah, I think these would definitely feature in.
Until
Friends,
they
I
got
can't watch
emotional.
right now. I can't watch Friends right now. We 10 बार देख लिया है.
Huh.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Veep is outstanding though. Veep
I
is
like a lot of British comedy, so I like Coupling. Have you all heard of Coupling?
Yeah.
Coupling
Fuck,
is
Coupling
good.
was very funny.
Coupling is good.
Damn funny.
Coupling
there's
is like British Friends.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
way more sexual. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then there's a Catherine Tate show. Do you all know Catherine?
Yeah, I've seen that.
I know Catherine did not see the show. Yeah.
There's one show called Black Books.
देखा नहीं है Dylan Moran, no?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
not
Bill
seen it.
Bailey.
Yeah, I love his stand-up. I've not seen the show.
Oh yeah, I've seen the show. Yeah, okay, huh.
Yeah, but it's good.
And Frasier.
Frasier.
I
Yeah.
really like Frasier.
Jeeya, you're such a raclette, yeah. This is
Just
such
so
sophisticated
bad.
choices. No, okay. Fifth show.
Let's guess. Jeeya, before you answer, let's all guess what her 5th.
Dick by dick.
That'll be great, dude. Jeeya's like, dude, I love Dick by Dick. It rocked my world. Dude, but by the way, okay, 5th show for me would be Flop Show. I would actually say Flop Show. Flop Show was like legacy.
Dude, all the comics talk about it. I've never watched it.
Oh, dude, it is.
बहुत पहले था, but again, I feel like what Flop Show did in terms of satire. Now, 30 years later, you have seen it in other things. So if you go back and watch it now, you'll be like, "Acha, ye dekha hoga."
Yeah, you won't
At the
get
time, legendary.
it. Was
But
crazy.
that's why like Gen Z thinks Friends is shit, right? Because for us it was the first time it happened, but everybody else has seen different versions of it. Yeah,
They've seen different versions of it. Sorry, Jeeya, what is the 5th
My
one?
last one is Family Guy, guys. Sorry, I disappoint you.
Yeah, I was going to say like yes, Prime Minister or something. You would say. Family Guy. It's the opposite of yes.
What if she said The Crown? And then that's not a funny show. It was pretty funny when Williams was taught a lesson or some shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know the reference.
When she accidentally wore the wrong gown and used the wrong script, how hilarious.
Dude, why has no one said Curb Your Enthusiasm in their top 5? It is my top 1 always. Why
Curb is great,
don't think that's
Oh fuck, wait, actually,
best, dude.
You know what the problem is, right? The problem is that it's about legacy shows versus shows that I like right now.
It's also like another factor that comes in is legacy and also rewatch value is something I put in when I answer these questions. So like a lot of what I mentioned, I watched them multiple times. So like for me, that's a factor, which may not be for other people. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead.
So for legacy shows, like for most of us, it was like Simpsons, Friends, Seinfeld. These things were on TV for like 15 years before everything came all together at once. So
but also, did this happen with Simpsons with you? Like I used to watch the Simpsons when it was a thing, and also I was young, so maybe I didn't understand the nuances of certain certain parts of satire. And at some point, South Park came and kind of went all out with it. So if Simpsons was polite, South Park was like, fuck you, here's a dick joke. But also
Yeah.
So then
Dude,
I'm
but
like,
South
hey,
Park
this
is
way funny.
South Park is the only legacy show that is still ridiculously good. Like the last season,
Dude,
I was like,
haven't seen
holy,
it.
oh, dude, it's so I in fact went through this whole phase where I didn't watch South Park for years. And then I started rewatching it probably mid last year, and I was like, fuck, they've kept up, dude. And it's still, and so earlier what South Park would do was that they would have episodes which were one by one episodes, right? Then they started having an overarching theme across all
Yeah,
episodes.
now they have an overarching thing.
And I
Yeah.
was like, fuck, dude, to manage the kind of shit that you manage with whatever is so I South Park is still legit, yeah. So your first one was Jeeya's
Curb.
Disappeared. Huh.
Curb, you said, no?
Curb, then what else? Curb, Friends, then what else?
Oh, Curb, 70s show, Eric Andre show. But
Yeah.
that's like, I mean, that's not a legacy show. I think it's like a
Hmm.
comics know about it kind of show.
Yeah.
But like most of Adult Swim, like Robot Chicken's also very funny, but I think it's just we know about it. I don't think a lot of people like that humor also.
But Robot Chicken also started becoming like, it was really funny for a bit, and then it just stopped being, because it was like almost like it was like a South Park / Family Guy variant. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. But Robot Chicken was really funny for like 3 seasons.
Hey, somebody in the comments, Priyanka Gatti has made a very good point. Derry Girls is also good, UK series. Outstanding show. One of the best shows I've seen in recent time, Derry Girls. Have you seen it?
No.
I watched a bit of it, but I couldn't follow the accent.
Yeah,
So
you
I
need
didn't
subtitles. You need subtitles dal.
subtitles.
Because it's fully rewarding. And like you would think, why would a show about teenage girls in 90s Ireland coming of age be interesting to somebody like me? Dude,
Yeah.
it's very funny. It's very funny. Legit good
Like-
show.
But
I
yeah,
like
currently
Kim's Convenience on Netflix. I
It's
just
sweet.
opened it randomly.
Yeah,
It
it's
was good.
sweet.
It was
It's sweet. It's one
fun.
of
You
those.
can just watch the whole thing and yeah.
यार अभी कोई ना यही तो problem है ना. I'm sure you've also had all these discussions. Like in our Indian space, nobody's making great comedies. Like
Yeah.
you've got
No,
crime, you've
why
got
are all these
horror, you've
sitcoms?
got all of that. Huh?
Got fucking great drama also happening, dude. No one's
Yeah,
making,
but
like,
we just don't have
Yeah.
like great. It's
dude, that is why I was really looking forward to Government. I was like, oh, dude. So I mean, whenever
Well,
that happened, I
अभी
was
तो
really
वो
looking
अटका
forward
हुआ
to
it's
it.
happening, right? At some point it'll happen, right?
At some point, yeah. I also don't know details now.
Okay.
Amazon knows best.
Okay.
Uh,
You know, if it comes out and then Bezos goes back to #1 rich guy, you know how great that'll be for you.
Cause and effect, yeah. Cause and effect is the key. Yeah. Dude, but currently the shows that I'm watching is Curb. I discovered I started liking it recently. Like I never understood what Curb was about before, and the other show that I'm going nuts watching and rewatching. Like it's very rare to watch a show and then rewatch the same season again, which I did with It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Dude, that's a great show. It's not on
so-
anything.
It's on
on
Hotstar.
Hotstar. It's on Hotstar.
Hotstar.
It's on Hotstar? What?
Yeah, very
Oh,
much.
Great.
Yeah.
All right.
It's-
I know
and
I'm
Peep
gonna
Show
do
I
it.
watched finally.
I watched Modern Family from the last season to the first season.
Ulta.
First few seasons are very good.
Yeah. Then the middle there's
So
a
it
dip, but
just-
again it picks up a little bit. I
So
felt.
it just got better and better for me.
Yeah.
Modern Family, like I liked watching the show.
It was good.
And the rest of the public is watching Tarak Mehta and Kapil Sharma and blah blah blah. Dude, and by the way, very random thing. Kapil Sharma during the lockdown. Really funny, dude. Like there's been
on
been
his
about
social
4
media?
5. No, on the show itself. Because what's happened is that they had Anupam Kher and Satish Kaushik coming and talk about NSD. Javed Jafri come in and do some episode which is really funny. And Chunky Pandey and Shakya Kapoor coming together because they're running out of shit, right? Because nothing's there to promote.
Yeah.
So they're just coming and talking about random stories from their life, and it's become genuinely like you're like, oh,
That's
dude,
cool.
this is fun.
Sit down and speak to him. He's a funny guy. Like and even in his interviews when he's not bound by a script and all that nonsense, like his interactions are genuinely fun and off the cuff, and they're very distinct. So
The amount of exercise he gives to that muscle, of course he's going to be like, because he
Yeah,
churns so much.
yeah.
He's going to be.
He's a good interviewer and all of that. And he's
Yeah,
a fun guy.
I quite enjoy him. I mean, I enjoy. I don't like the gags on the show much,
That's not for
but
us.
I like the crowd interactions, and I like the guests just coming and telling stories. Like that's always fun if they're entertaining. Dude, my favorite Jackie Shroff story, man. I mean, just to I mean, I know we were supposed to end this, but my favorite Jackie Shroff story is it's my favorite video of Jackie Shroff. Okay, so it's for Anupam Kher, actor prepares. So there's all Vicky Kaushal coming in and telling, which Vicky Kaushal said a fun story, and then there's other actors coming and saying, "Hey, this is my process. You know what I need is like need to get in the skin of the character and blah blah blah." And Jackie Shroff is there with this is like I think 6 years back. Okay, so he's wearing this shirt which is like full chest showing, but he wasn't working out at the time. Okay, so it's not a great view. And Jackie Shroff is like, तो अपन लोग पहला मैं अपना मूवी शूट कर रहा था, तो डायरेक्टर बोला कि अपन लोग यहाँ से मधुमक्खी रिलीज करेगा और तुम्हें यहाँ से वहां भागने का है, ठीक है? तो हम लोग तैयार है, वो बोलेगा कि भाई स्टार्ट जो भी बोलते हैं वो लोग, तो
स्टार्ट
जो भी एक्शन तो वो एक्शन बोला और मधुमक्खी रिलीज किया और अपन लोग भागे क्यों, मधुमक्खी पीछे चल रहा है अपन के, हम भागे पहुंच गए, एंड क्या उसे बोला कट सीन खत्म, और मैंने सोचा कि भाई यही तो एक्टिंग होती है, कोई भी भागेगा और तुम्हारे पीछे मधुमक्खी आ रहा है तो तू भागेगा ही ना. And I'm like, that's great advice. It's like that's literally all acting is.
I'm just sad that he did not use the phrase "makhi chigand." It was right there.
And then he was like, और फिर डायरेक्टर मेरे को बोला एक सेफ्टी शॉट. I was like, बेंचो वापस
पोस्ट पे डाल दे रहे.
Guys, it's been super fun, man. Thanks a lot for tuning in, for everybody watching. Jeeya, Raunaq and Ashish, if you guys have anything to plug, anything that's coming up, please feel free. Let's start with Jeeya. Jeeya, what are you up to that you'd like to tell people
on
to watch?
29th of Jan, Naveen Narona, Sriram Padmanabhan, myself are recording for YouTube at Habitat at 6 p.m. and 8 p.m.
Nice.
Who's
Naveen Narona and who else?
Sriram Padmanabhan.
Okay, great. Super. Fun lineup. So tickets are on BMS or something?
Book My Show. Yeah, tickets are available on Book My Show.
Raunaq, what's happening, man?
I am doing a bunch of shows that I will update on my Instagram stories about all the time. So you guys can just check out my Instagram if you want to watch me live.
Nice. Good plug. Sweet. Ashish, what's up, man? Tell us, Ashish.
Same plug, except I'm not doing nothing, no shows on at the moment. But come on my Instagram at Ashish_Shakya and we'll hang out there and do stuff.
Awesome.
Oh, I forgot to say my handle. It's Sir Rajani Rajani at Sir Rajani Rajani. So yeah, you know now.
Great confidence with that this thing. Just want to say on Thursday again, as I said, Viral Bhayani fan club is reuniting here, which is Pavitra Shetty, Aishwarya Mohanraj and Sonali Thakkar. Then on 21st I have Atul Khatri coming with his sister, who happens to be a psychiatrist. So we're going to be talking about mental health and all that stuff. On 26th, currently, what we've scheduled, which is we have Captain Raghu Raman. So that should be interesting as well. And over the next few months, a few weeks, we should have, I think Amish Tripathi is going to come back. I think Sonali Bendre is going to pop in at some stage. Ritesh Deshmukh is going to be here. Lots of other people are going to come in. Lots of comedians. Comedians always fun. So, and some few experts as usual. And so keep tuning into that. Again, we have the audio version of the show out there. I put the link again in the chat. Please go and subscribe to the audio version if you guys want to sort of check it out, and subscribe to it so that I keep doing it. Otherwise, if in the next, I'll do 5 episodes. If there is no audio shipped, then I'm like, fuck this shit. So if you actually want me to continue making it, you subscribe to it. It's simple. This is my threat to you. This is how you do a threat plug. And I'm starting live shows. First few shows are going to be at Pune, which is on 22nd, 23rd, 24th. First 2 are going to be at Cube, and the next 2 are going to. Last one is going to be at Spade. So please get tickets on Book My Show. That's about it, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning. Oh, I forgot to super chat. Sorry about that. Thanks a lot for the super chats, Anirudh Agnihotri and Rajiv Kumar. Really appreciate it. Sorry I couldn't come to it. And yeah, Vinay Sitapati is also going to be here, who's the author of Half Line as well as the new book Jugalbandi, which is about Vajpayee and Advani's relationship, which is really riveting. So he should be back at some stage. Shakya, are you aware of modern history, you said, right?
Yeah, I mean, I find it interesting, modern world history and modern Indian history. So Indian history मेरे को कम पता है, but fascinating. So if there's cool stuff,
I'll send you his book, and if you're interested, you let me know.
I will also bring question about there is slum near my house and all that.
Sapan Verma has given a chat saying, "What the fuck, you guys are still on? I came to watch this during breakfast. Now I'm having lunch." Maybe you should not keep just 2 hours between meals, Sapan.
That's what
Sapan,
that's what Shakya did for breakfast. He ate lunch.
Cool guys, like, share, subscribe. Thanks a lot to my mods, Dhanush, Raghav, Sharanya, and Kajol. Really appreciate it. And thanks to my guests. Thanks Ashish. Thanks Raunaq.
Thank you.
Thanks Jeeya. Thanks for your time. Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thanks, guys. It was
Take
fun.
care of yourself.
Saurabh.
Thanks for everybody tuning in.
See you,
Love you
Shakya. See
all.
you, Jeeya.
Marry
Bye,
me.
bye, bye, bye,
Goodbye.
bye, 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 bye.
Bye.